What's good? What's good? What's good? The streets are buzzing. Salute to everyone out here. Salute Knicks Nation. We've got a great show coming for you tonight. Ready to chop this thing up. Plenty to talk about. There's excitement in the air. There's buzz times infinity with this thing. And the New York Knicks are going to be in the Summer League Championships. They're in the news. What else is new? And salute. The chat is going to be buzzing tonight. We got you shouted out, and give us your thoughts on this situation. We're going to be talking about the Summer League. We're going to be grading the Summer League performers so far ahead of the championship game. And we're going to be talking about the Donovan Mitchell news, all the packages that's been going back and forth, where the situation lies right now. But first and foremost, salute to the whole chat out here, replay gang, strong, and New York Knicks family community out here is having a great time with this summer, right? It's been absolutely buzzing. Like Pudge Nice says, let's get it. And salute, Sharp Powers. Yep, absolutely. Excitement's back with MSG. Can you only imagine if this thing gets done before the season? And we're going to have a great conversation tonight about how we can get Spider here and it be a win-win, for everybody. And it seems like talks are ongoing, but they're stalling at the moment. The Utah Jazz, Danny Ainge wants the farm, and Leon Rose, fingers crossed, does not budge. Salute Geraldine in the house. What's good? Lily Phillips, appreciate you. Juan, yep, let's get it. Eric, what's good? Sherwin, we're going to get into it. But like we do, Kaiser Soze coming through. Keith and Almighty Finesse. Yep, already on point. Let's start. Let's kick things off with the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we always start with the good, the New York Knicks young core as well. We started with this last few shows, but is the Knicks young core slept on anymore? Right, we've got Utah Jazz wanting our pieces. We're in the summer championship game. This is exactly what I hoped, what I predicted might come true. The Knicks young core has showed out in this summer league as well, led by Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, Deuce McBride, some new guys emerging, Ferron Hunt and co. And I'm ready to chop this thing up. Let's hope we don't lose all these young pieces, because the Knicks have finally built some young core, and it's a great, beautiful thing. They've been balling out in summer league, and they've helped get excitement back to MSG, exciting the fan base. And we're going to be, as a quick preview, we're going to be reviewing and rating the summer league grades so far. And Leon so far is holding firm for now. Let's hope he does not budge and continues to counter offer whatever Danny Ainge, proposes in terms of asking for more and more young players and picks. I'm on the mindset where I'm okay giving up more of the picks. Hopefully we can keep these young core, this larger young core that's got us all excited as well. And Julius Randle looks like he's in shape. That can only be a good thing. And the summer chip, ladies and gentlemen, 3 p.m. Eastern time, Sunday, ready to win this ring. It'd be a bittersweet thing, but let's see what happens. And the bad, I'm seeing some BS media talk, clowning the Knicks always like they do, but this time it's annoying more than ever, because they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Right? If they pull this thing off, it's like, oh, the Knicks gave up. What? If they don't pull it off, it's like the Knicks dropped the ball. So give us your thoughts as well. I don't pay as much attention to it, right? Because Leon's going to do what he wants to do at the end of the day. And he's going to improve this team, regardless. And the minutes logjam rotation, right? We head into this season with some young core. If many of them stay on the roster, there's going to be some logjam and to sort out. And the East, of course, is getting stronger and stronger. And the ugly is Danny Ainge getting greedy on us, fam, which ties into the Rudy Gobert deal, right? We heard Brian Windhorst bitching about, he's been saying that the whole league's been bitching about the Rudy Gobert haul that the Utah Jazz, Danny Ainge got, right? And it's got us in a procurement right now, in a predicament, sorry. And, Leon Rose, like I said, needs to hold firm because Danny Ainge is asking for a hell of a lot, which we're going to talk about tonight. The ugly would be selling the farm as well. The New York Knicks are bidding against themselves right now. I don't think the Heat can come close to what we can offer, right? The whole league knows it. And they're using the media to plant some things out there, thinking that the Jazz, trying to create a narrative that the Jazz actually have a market out there. No, they don't, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you, it's the New York Knicks. They want the Knicks package. They want the Knicks picks more than Miami picks. And Leon Rose needs to hold firm. And coming into the season, we need to play unselfish ball with a point guard here, Jalen Brunson. We need to play unselfish ball and close out the game. Whoever's got the hot hand as well. No more offense like last season. Hey, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. The chat's already buzzing. Salute everyone out here. Let's get it. And salute Eddie F. On point. Danny Ainge literally worked to trade his best player for our entire situation. That's validation. Yep. Nice one. Nice. Yep. Danny Ainge out here straight hustling. Keith says, I'm ready for Donovan Mitchell. I don't know about a fleece. The trade will happen after summer 4. Yep. Keith, I'm excited, first and foremost, everyone out here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited. And I feel like this deal will get done before the season starts. Unfortunately, we don't yet know how long it's going to take. Leon Rose needs to hold firm because we are in the leaders. We are firmly in the lead. We're in the box seat to get Donovan Mitchell an all-star, right? And we're going to talk about the packages tonight, don't you worry. But yeah, the Knicks shouldn't budge right now. Let them go back. I think what Leon Rose did was say, go back, see what you can get from other teams, right? You know what it is. We got the best deal possible. Absolutely. Let's get it. Jason, salute. If Ainge wants our guys, they're worth keeping. Yep. Great point there. Great points as well. His stock's going through the roof. People that were sleeping on him aren't sleeping on him no more. That's the truth up in here, right? Facts only. Peace, Allah wise. And Geraldine, CT, it's a damned if we do, damned if we don't. It's always like Knicks for clicks, no matter what we do. Right? Yep. This is what I want to do to these clowns out here. Yep. We just need to hit back, right? We're not no one's fool as well. Leon Rose knows what he's doing, right? Don't listen to all these media reports as well, because some of them are working for the Jazz. Best be real out here. They're trying to plant certain things, right? It's a done deal, basically, in terms of the Knicks got what the Jazz want. They're just using the media, and they're going to drag this thing out to suck every last asset that they can possibly get. And I think Leon Rose does need to hold firm with this thing. Keith says the Heat are going after KD, not Donovan Mitchell. Report came out today. Yep, I think that could be posturing as well, fam. I don't know what a KD trade would look like for Miami as well. If they haven't got the assets to get Donovan, it's going to be tough. I think Miami definitely need a 3-team trade. They need help. Miami need help, right? Finally, Pat Riley could be out of ammunition, right? It's me, salute. Yep, trying to use the media to raise our price. Shake my head. You cannot make this thing up. Yep, absolutely. Yep, you can't make this thing up, ladies and gents, as well. But you know what? We got the pieces. We finally been trading all these, been trading and maneuvering to get all these picks, and it's going to pay off, right? We have a haul up in here. Salute, guys. Brooklyn Buddha, salute. Media's trying to hold on to the dying carcass of the LOL Knicks narrative. They know it's BS now, and they're addicted, right? Yep, absolutely. Yep, they know it. Absolutely on point there as well. Salute out here. Salute to the whole chat. We got a super chat come through from Eddie F. Let's get into it. CT, when you talk trade packages, can you also talk about the no deal scenario? We stand pat, keep assets, and have the next deadline, etc. ahead. Hey, I got you, Eddie. Yep, no problem at all. Appreciate your support. Everyone out here, salute. Yep. All you got to do is let me know what you want to hear, and I'll definitely hit. I'll definitely hit on that, Eddie. Because yeah, it's just two sides to every coin, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have standards, right? If something's not to your liking, then hold firm. Hold firm. This is a business at the end of the day. This is a business. Leon Rose has got to this point. He's saved up these assets, but it doesn't mean we need to put them all in the middle of the table, right? Our cupboards need to be full. The flexibility for the future, maneuvering, and all of that stuff. And it's going to be poignant that we chop this thing up with this young core emerging, ladies and gentlemen, as we chop up some summer league grades so far, and we see these young kids boost their value now around the league. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Well, I've been seeing that floating around Nick's Twitter as well. So salute to everyone that's been putting that out there as well. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Kaiser says KD is better than Donovan. The Heat want to win a championship, not clout chase like our front office as well. So yeah, Kaiser's not as much of a fan of this situation of the Donovan talk. I can understand people's feelings towards this thing as well. We have the young core. People are happy with the track we're actually going on as it is, or maybe they would like to stay pat and wait for that big swing later. Another player that they may like as well. Donovan Mitchell, his defense has regressed in Utah with that situation. He'd definitely bring excitement to the Knicks, which is what we like Kaiser hits on. We know what MSG love, the buzz, the excitement as well. He's an all-star. He's from this city. Let's see what happens. JJ, where are D coming on our perimeter from on the perimeter with Mitchell and Brunson and RJ? That would be pretty rough. Yep, like JJ's been consistent with that, definitely. Tom Thibodeau would have to earn his bread, fam, with that situation in terms of trying to figure this thing out. If that was the case, we would have to definitely keep our rim protection, and maybe that's why they double down on the Mitch, the Hartenstein, and Jericho Sims center rotation. Yep, because that's absolutely critical. And Key says we ain't staying pat. Well, I could see that happening. Exactly right. Truth is, Leon's going to show us a lot. We haven't yet been in a situation like this, ladies and gentlemen, which is why this summer is buzzing, because the Knicks, we've been building and building. We've been saving picks ever since Phil Jackson was here. We're at a point now where other teams around the league want our young pieces, right? Or would fancy some of them. And we've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to deal with this thing. Parish Duggar in the house, salute. Leon got this. We got Brunson already, so we're not desperate. Only OKC has more to offer than us. Ainge wants picks. We'll give them 6 firsts and D Rose and Fournier to match the salary. Yeah, so that's a precursor of what's to come. Parish hits on that. If you want to keep some young players, it's going to have to be around the 6 picks by all reports, like Parish touched on as well. Yep, great point. Yep, salute to you. Salute to the chat. Heath also says Grimes got to be in it. I wish we could keep him though. Well, that's going to be bittersweet. Quentin Grimes is my guy, right? I was happy from last season that we got him. I was talking early in the season when we were losing and our defense was drowning, and I knew that he would help us. He would come along. I didn't feel like he would be this ready this soon, but man, it's been a pleasure to see Quentin Grimes' game develop in this summer league as well. Last season, he got a taste. He got a taste of what's to come. Knickerbocker in the house, salute. I want Donovan, but let's try go get SGA. So I appreciate that because, I've been asking a lot of people that don't want Donovan, then who would their next guy want to be? Who would you want to go after if you were happy to stay pat? well, SGA, you know something's shaken out in OKC. Eventually, something's going to happen with that. They got Josh Giddey, they got all these picks, they got all these players, right? I mean, they're the only team, like Parrish hit on, that can get close to the Knicks in terms of making these kind of packages as well. He says, let's try becoming a playoff team first before we worry about a chip. Yep, it's got to be steps. Exactly like Keith said, like steps. Tarek in the house, salute. Have you considered what would happen if Donovan Mitchell got a serious injury and you gutted your team and gave up all those unprotected first 6 picks for a play-in or a round? You're screwed forever with that situation. Yep. That's why I'm happy, Tarek, and let's see what Leon does, right? Because we're bidding against ourselves right now. Let's be real right now. We are bidding against ourselves. There's no one else that can put that package that we can out there, but that doesn't mean we need to go all the way in as well. Let's see with Miami. Let's see. You know, I'm glad if he did tell Ainge to go back and kick rocks and say, hey, find a better deal. Let's talk serious. You know, no one's trying to be a fool over here because yesterday's price is not today's price. You know, some of these young kids have more value than they did 3 weeks ago. Let's be real, right? Ain't no one was talking about Quentin Grimes in terms of the national media like they are right now. You know, I'm seeing all these reviews saying Quentin Grimes in people's top 2, top 3 players of summer league, right? We all knew he was capable of this, but then again, the national media is a bit slow. You know, they don't watch all the games like we do. And I knew what Quentin Grimes was capable of. And as you see on the screen, summer league grade so far, you know, there could be a tweak after the final, but I'm pretty set on this. Quentin Grimes deserves an A. An A, absolutely. You could argue A plus, throw A plus at me if you feel. Jericho, A minus. Deuce McBride, been solid all round. B. Ferron Hunt, started hot. Slowed down a little, but still deserves a B, in my opinion. Jean Montero showed us a little in his smaller, you know, in his minutes, in flashes. He deserves a C plus. And Trevor Keels is disappointed, a D plus for me. And big up OC. What's good, fam? What's good? And Denick says Obi, Grimes, McBride, Cam, IQ, D Rose. You can only pick 2 to keep. Who do you keep? Great question. I try to keep more than 2, but I'll answer your question truthfully, honestly, like I do. If I had to pick 2 to keep, it's tough. I'm definitely keeping Grimes, and I'm gonna keep Obi. Yep, the first 2 on your list there. If I had to pick 2, and I absolutely love IQ, love McBride. I like Cam, but not as high as the others. But yeah, Obi and Grimes, fam. The Knicks, great question. And Juan says Danny swindled Brooklyn back in the day. Yeah, he absolutely set them back, light years back. And then they had to quickly, you know, throw all the tools away to get relevant again. J Dub in the house. We can't negotiate in the media. We got to get the best deal for us, short term and long term. Yep. I like how you're speaking, short term and long term. Yep. That's what it's all about, fam, in this biz, right? Salute Bricks Nation. What's good? Leon needs to convince Ainge how good of a tank commander Randall can be. On point with that, fam. Yeah, great point. You know what? If he watched the NBA last season, he could see that. No shade on Randall. You see Randall in shape. He's working his way back. There's talk that, you know, other front offices are curious, you know, curious about Julius. So I wouldn't get too comfortable with Julius being here still long term. You know, it's still a day to day with that kind of thing. Still a day to day. Kaiser Soze, if they give up all that, anything less Eastern Conference Finals is an abysmal failure. If they give up all that, anything less than Eastern Conference Finals would be an abysmal failure. Yep. One thing I would like to say as well is that Donovan Mitchell, we obviously all know his age. He's 25, about to turn 26 before the season starts, and he would still give us some time, would give us a bit of timeline as well. So I get there would be pressure, like Kaiser Soze says. You know, there's going to be a lot of heat, no matter what, from fans, from media, if they when they swing this deal, and depending on what the deal looks like as well. You know, you can't please everybody too. At the end of the day, it's Leon's vision. You know, if he feels like this is the best move to get Donovan, he's going to give up what he feels like is worth that. Yep. And as we have, the latest update on it, it's a standoff at the moment. The Jazz and the Knicks are going back and forth over pieces and picks. And according to Ian Begley's SNY, he feels a deal eventually gets done, but he's surprised if it happens in the coming days as well. And we see today Donovan Mitchell was throwing out the first pitch for the Brooklyn Cyclones as well. So he's making himself visible. He's loving life. He's living his best life out here as Donovan. Nothing's phasing him as well. And this is where, like I said, would be the ugly as well. The Jazz first asked for 6 first-round picks: Grimes, Quickly, Obi, and McBride for Donovan Mitchell. No thanks. No way. I understand we keep RJ at the deal. That'd be a win. But man, 6 firsts with Grimes, Quickly, and Obi. Nah, no thanks. That's definitely where I draw the line way before that. The Public Enemy, I really don't see what the hype is all about over these Thompson twins. Nothing special. They just lost in the first game. Yeah, let's see, fam. It's early. And yeah, for the haul they're going to give up for Donovan, anything less than that is a failure, like Kaiser says. Yep, there's going to be a lot of that pressure on. Parrish says we've got to keep our high flyers for Donovan and Brunson and Quickly to hit for alley oops. Yep, absolutely on point there. We've got Sims, Obi, Mitch as well. Now, Mitch can't be traded until December, so that's not likely that Mitch is in the deal. Yeah, there has been sort of dated reports that they originally were discussing Mitch, early before the extension came. So it's important to separate the older talks with the recent talks. And like I said, yesterday's price shouldn't be today's price. And let me ask all you guys, does Leon have a little bit more leverage now than what he would have, say, a month ago with some of these kids? Could it be 4 picks with Grimes, Jericho, Sims, and salary, for instance, right? What would you feel about that deal? 4 picks, Fournier, Grimes, and Sims. Considering those guys have raised their stock, you keep Obi, RJ, and Quickly and Deuce out the deal. I feel like we would have slightly better leverage, maybe more leverage, a lot more leverage in terms of Quentin Grimes, absolutely turning the corner and balling out, nationally now, getting that kind of attention. But like Jason hits on, Grimes is the perfect 3-and-D complement to Brunson. Yep. And you know what? Grimes is a guy that I absolutely would love to keep out the deal. But that's exactly why Danny Ainge would want Quentin Grimes, just keeping it a buck. Dirty says reporters have said they prefer Fournier to Rose for salary. Probably think they can move Evan for an asset next year. Yep, that definitely. Look, Fournier, his salary, both their salaries come off the books in pretty soon, in 1 year's time. So I don't think the Jazz would squabble over one or the two. Right, they're trying to lose games this year. Salary for 1 year is no big deal, I think. But let's see what happens. CAA Mafia, 3-and-D players are easier to find than a top 10 points per game playoff scorer in Spider. Stop playing. Yep. I like that point as well. Yeah, 3-and-D players are easier to find. That's the truth, right? You're a role player as well. It depends on what you feel like Quentin Grimes' ceiling is going to be like. Does he cap out more than a role player as well? And I understand, Knicks fans absolutely love their players, and it's hard to finally be in a position where other teams want our players, right? And and we're stuck in a situation where we could get an all-star, but we're second guessing how many of these players should we put in. And it's fair business, right? You got to be prudent with this thing, right? We're running this business. King Ribby says you guys don't know nothing. They specifically said 6 picks, Grimes, etc. That's why tomorrow, if we win or lose the summer league within a week, Donovan will be a Knicks. Grimes is the real person. They can't. JJ says, what role do you see RJ having if we get Mitchell? He might end up being third or even fourth option, possibly 3 and D guy. Can't see him having all the ball as much as he did last year. Yep, great point. Great question as well. Yeah, truth is he would fall into the third best player ideally. And that's thinking that maybe Julius Randle isn't here anymore, JJ, or maybe long term as well. And he could build his way up to being the second best player as he grows with Brunson still here. The good thing is I feel like Brunson needs to continue with the catch and shoot, improve with his shooting, and same with RJ, and that would give them more value off the ball. Truth be told, down the stretch, Donovan Mitchell would have the ball down, in his hands, ready to make plays. He's not as much of a catch and shoot guy. He needs the ball. But if Brunson and RJ can improve their stroke, especially in the catch and shoot, then I feel like that's going to be better for us in terms of the fits and all this thing. King Ribby says trade him during this summer league, right? When his values are super high. Yep. Shouts out to Quentin Grimes, right? He's balling out. Keith says they're keeping IQ because of DM. Yep. I've also been hearing some stuff about that. Yep. That's those two in the gym right now, popping shots off, right? They've been chilling out, catching up, all of that stuff. And Shemu says Fournier, Obi, Cam plus picks for Spider, or Randall, Cam, and IQ plus picks for Spider. Both trades are fair and actually work salary-wise. Yep. It depends on how many picks. The option one, I'd be cool with. The second one, I'd be cool with as well. Yeah, it depends on how many picks as well. If we can keep Grimes and RJ out the deal. In terms of Obi and IQ, I like both of them equally. So if one of them's in the deal, I can stomach that, but not both of them. And Tarek, so true. That's why you have the best analysts out there of all the Knicks content creators. I salute, fam. Appreciate you for that. Well, just telling it like I see it. But we shout everyone out here as well. We go back and forth as well. I love hearing from Knicks fans. I love hearing their takes and also just chopping it up. Utah better settle for Cam, Fournier, D Rose, McBride, and 4 firsts. Utah better settle for Cam, Fournier, D Rose, McBride, and 4 firsts, right? That would actually be a huge win, right? Like you said, right? That would be nice if they settled for that. Yep. That way we keep Grimes out the deal. In terms of picks, 4 would be. I don't see us getting Donovan for any less than 4 picks. Right? I think 4 is the base. Right? What do you guys think? Probably 2 of them got to be unprotected. Got to be the Knicks picks, I feel. Marlon Khan, what's good? As long as Knicks don't give up all 3 of Obi, IQ, and Grimes. Take 2 of them as well. Yep, definitely not parting with all 3. Dream goal is to only part with 1. If we're keeping it a buck. Truth is, Grimes raised his stock so much, which is so bittersweet for me, right? As you see his A on the board there, he's leading the team. Summer League MVP in a lot of people's eyes. He wins us the chip. He wins us the chip tomorrow, and it's salute to Quentin Grimes, right? We all know he had this sort of game to him and this potential, but Danny Ainge has got a closer look, and it looks like it's a situation where we'd struggle to keep him out the deal. I'm just keeping it real. It may have to be way more picks or more young players to keep Grimes out the deal. Um, Now that said, out of Obi, IQ, or Grimes, do you feel like there's a scenario where he would value Grimes ahead of all three, yeah, ahead of all of them? So that's a question I've got for you guys. With Quentin Grimes' progress, do you think like it's legit that personnel, Danny Ainge around the league could value Grimes ahead of IQ or Obi? That would have surprised me heading in because whilst I love him, I still would have had him third on that list. For me, now he's definitely put himself in consideration for being that guy as well. I appreciate you, JJ. What's good? P Nice is Fournier, Obi, Grimes, Deuce, and Picks as well. See, Deuce has had a solid summer league as well. So Danny Ainge could value him, Grimes, Obi, and again Fournier. But when you guys say picks, tell me how many, right? You're not getting off that easy too, fams, as well, because I'm going to give you my solid deal in this show as well, and I'm going to tell you the picks and all of that as well. That's probably the easiest thing for these two to go back and forth over. It's like 4 picks. No, I want 5 picks. No, I want 6 picks, kind of thing. Yeah, it's tough, right? And I'm glad that's why it's a standoff at the moment. You know, it comes a point where you're trying to negotiate with someone and it's just not where you want it to be. You walk away. Right? Don't be afraid to walk away, and then see what the counters are with that thing. And of course, yes, we got the championship game. How do you guys feel about that? The Knicks in the news, about to win possibly a Summer League championship, and then we might ship some of these young players off a week later. Right? You can't make this stuff up as well. Salute Quiet Money. What's good? Parrish says we can't be worried about failure. You don't worry about KD getting hurt for Miami. So knock it off. We don't need ridiculous expectations. Well, truth is, yeah, I understand what you're saying, definitely. And expectations are going to come regardless as well. If it wasn't Donovan, if the Knicks made this big swing for their next guy, there would still be expectations as well. People are hyping this up, yeah, as Leon's big move. The fact that he's been saving all these picks, and it's going to come to a point where these expectations are snowballing. Sanger says, who's D Mitch and a pass to? We're trading our best shooters. Hey, that's a good point. Yep, that's all the swishers that Evan Fournier and Quentin Grimes shot last season. Truth is, yeah, we're going to have to find some more snipers out here. Like I said, this season's success, regardless with Spider or not, our success will hinge on is RJ and Jalen Brunson able to stretch the floor? Because with Mitch and with Randall, I'm sorry, but there's just not enough floor spacing right now. Donovan and RJ need to improve as shooters, specifically catch and shoot as well, because they can't all have the ball. Randall, RJ, and Brunson can't all have the ball, and especially if Spider's there. Dirty says Grimes is the key to fortifying our D if we have 2 smaller guards. Yep, that's absolutely on point. We get these guards up in here. We need that wing to be able to defend. And tell me how high you are on Cam. If we can keep Cam out of the deal, could he be our starting or our backup 3 behind RJ? Yep. Sanger says, when you're old, you're seeing the past repeat itself. It's sad. Yeah, I feel like this is a different situation, but it could end up, certainly it could end up bad with all these proposals out here. Leon also wants to hold back some assets for one more big fish, maybe even a KD. Right. That's a point not many people have been touching on as well. Yeah. Yep, absolutely on point. That's another reason why you want to keep more assets. Damn, right? This thing isn't done. We got more to do with this situation. And Tay, salute. Anyone else pumped up for the Summer League Championship? Those rings are serious. Yep. Yeah, you see, I'm hyped. I'm not afraid to admit it, right? I'm not embarrassed at all, Right, when was the last time we won a ring, fam? I wasn't even born. So summer league or not, I'll take it. I'll take this ring. Because you know what? It's not just about the chip or the ring. It's a symbol. It's a symbol that the organization is actually moving in the right direction to me. That's what it signals to me. You win a summer league off the back of these young players. Going in, I didn't even think we had the strongest summer league squad. I mean, last year we had Grimes, McBride, OBN, and IQ, and we still couldn't win. So this year, these guys have put in serious work. And shout out to Jericho Sims. Shout out to Quentin Grimes, most of all. And Rowan says, would you like to see Knicks go into the season and see how Brunson improves the kids before making the trade? Revisit the trade deadline. Yep, great point. Great point. I would love to do that, to be honest with you. Yeah, why rush? The only reason I don't see it being as likely, chat Rowan, is that Utah want to be bad. They want to be as bad as possible. So it'd be tough convincing them to take that into the season. But I love the point, right? Why not go into the season, see what Grimes, see what Obi and IQ and Cam Reddish look like as well. That wouldn't hurt. That certainly wouldn't hurt the Knicks, I feel. Yep. And yet winning is winning. Culture matters. So let's win everything, like Eddie says. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Winning's winning, right? You change your perception around the league, fam, right? That's how we shake this LOL Knicks, right? We just start winning from top to bottom. We win the G League, we win Summer League, we win the Drew League, whatever it is. Just win, win, win. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. And CAA Mafia, you can't trade Sims. You just re-signed him. Okay, yep, that's a good point. I haven't checked out the CBA wrinkles with that, but I'm glad you mentioned that. Yep, like JJ says, yep, you can't trade Sims. Yep, absolutely. And Leon has the leverage. No team can trade many picks as we can. Plus, Mitchell is a CAA client. Can you say inside job? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. CAA for sure, right? We've been waiting for these ties to come through, right? And I'm just going to skip down a bit as the chat's buzzing. OC says we won't be a pushover. The Jazz has to sweeten a little before we pull the trigger. Give up Fournier, Miles McBride, Rose, and 5 first rounders as well. Yeah, well, I'd be actually like on point with OC says. I'd be okay with giving up 5 firsts in that scenario. Because again, it's Fournier, Rose, and Miles only as well. But I certainly feel like Ainge is going to want more than that. OC definitely as well. Jeffrey, salute. Deuce is really good to think he's better than Quickly. Yeah, I think that, yeah, to me, it's a situation where Quickly is still ahead, but it wouldn't surprise me if Deuce makes more leaps. Grimes reminds us of Allen Houston. Reminds me too as well, fam. 3 and D up in the house. Yep. Great selection that was, right? That was just such a great selection. The Knicks says playoff team, 4th or 6th seed. Brunson, Donovan, RJ, Randall, Mitch, and the bench being Rose, IQ, Grimes, Hartenstein, Sims. So Obi, McBride, and Cam are traded to Utah. So with 5 firsts. Well, yep, I like that. And when thinking about the packages as well, you got to think about the rookie contract situations because that's what Danny Ainge is going to want. Not only would he love Quentin Grimes, the player, but he would love the fact that he's only on his 2nd year on his rookie deal. Right, that's cost control for 5 more years at least, 4 to 5 more years of cost control for Quentin Grimes. So again, I'd be absolutely astonished if Quentin Grimes was kept out of this deal for 2 reasons: his play, his upside, and and of course his contract situation. Now, just off the back of what the Knicks says, I could picture Obi being the most likely guy we keep. Why I say that is because he's ready. He'll help Utah win games. So Ainge may not be too much of a fan, and his age as well. I feel like Obi Toppin's age, there's less upside in Danny Ainge's eyes. So I feel like could be IQ, Cam, and Grimes with that situation. If we keep RJ, we keep Obi out the deal, um, and try to limit the picks, then I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay. Bricks Nation, Utah does want Grimes. Yep. Mitch, Fournier, and a boatload of picks. Yep. Boatload, right? They want to set that record for Hall, like bigger than what OKC got for PG up in the house. Like that's just the Rudy Gobert trade, man. That screwed the league. Yeah. David says, well, these players on these deals can't be good enough. Been 2 days going now. Yep. We've been more than that, fam. I feel like, yeah, Leon's staying firm. He's walking away because of the picks situation as well. Like we talked about just before, there's talk earlier in negotiations. Utah wanted 6 firsts, Grimes, Quickly, Obi, and McBride for Donovan Mitchell, right? And it hasn't been done because Leon probably turned his back, I think, with that situation, and I salute him if he did. Like also Nip 80 says, Deuce ain't getting burned here in New York. For his sake, I'd let him go. Look, that's pretty raw. That's on point for me. Like, appreciate that. That's just keeping it a buck. I mean, with Brunson, with Donovan, with RJ, and if you're keeping Quickly, that your Rose still here, maybe that's how many balls can go around for Deuce McBride to get his burn. And also just what he said as well. You got to consider what an agent might want for his client. You know, Deuce McBride may love New York, the city, the fan, the adoration, all of that. But maybe for his future and a chance in the NBA at a bigger role, maybe his agent wouldn't be mad at him getting another home. You know, that's just the other side of the business. You know what I mean? It's the same reason why Jalen Brunson wanted to come to the Knicks. To have a bigger role. Not be Luca's Robin all the time. Maybe Deuce McBride doesn't want to be an afterthought. He sees the writing on the wall. Also, Rokas Jokibitis, he's not in no rush to come down here. What is he going to be, the 7th guard in the rotation? Why would he leave Europe for this situation? Right. So, yeah, sometimes like OKC, why something's going to happen out there is some of these players are going to grow up and they're going to want a new home. Right. You got Giddy, SGA. I mean, what is Trey Mann going to do? Kendrick Williams, Ty Jerome, for OKC. How are these guys going to get any burn? So that's the other side of stockpiling too much. When stockpiling goes wrong, you don't want these players on the shelf collecting dust. They're built to be playing games. And JJ, yeah, there's not going to be enough real snipers here. Yep, we need the shooting. Yep. Look, there's more tinkering to come, fam. There's more tinkering to come with this situation, I feel. And adult donkeys, what's good? Even without Grimes, we might have the best offer still. Yep, that's also keeping it a buck too. That could be the reason why this thing just continues to go back and forth. Like the latest situation is back and forth, right? Although the Jazz really want Grimes, we know we still have the best deal. So, yeah, when do you become, when do you submit at the end of the day when you still know you're leading the race, right? The Knicks are leading anyone. It's up to another team to get close. And Drizzy says, yep, ACT, love the content. Appreciate you. My question is, where does the shooting come from? You think we'll see Tibbs stick Julius in the corner? LOL. Yep. Great question. And that's what the chat's been asking all show, fam. that could also play a part in terms of pieces you want to get rid of, right? It could be IQ, be a guy that they are just holding firm on as well. IQ can stroke it. If you're going to lose Fournier and you're going to lose Grimes, right? This is just my thoughts. To me, you got to keep IQ because who's going to stretch the floor, fam, ladies and gents? Who's going to stretch the floor if IQ, Grimes, and Fournier are all gone? Yep, that's some very, very, very valid, questions out here. Headaches for Leon to figure this thing out, and that this is all what factors into negotiation, right? It's not just players' names and picks. It's fit. It's fit as well. And Dirty, we're heading to 50 years without that chip, right? So yeah, let's get that summer chip first and foremost, right? It's a step in the right direction for this club, for us as fans, right? Something we can brag about, something we can say. Um, and like I said earlier in the show, in the good, the Knicks young core that was slept on or has been slept on may not be slept on no more, right? We have young players that the league are finally standing up and noticing, right? I've been hearing so much positive talk about Jericho Sims, the 58th pick as well. Leon doesn't get enough credit for that, or the scouting staff, all of that, right? There was 58 teams that passed on Jericho. And Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes. We had ourselves a draft last year as well. So yeah, they're doing work out here with the scouts. Yep, May 4th. What's good? Salute. David says Brunson can teach Randall how to play in the paint. Dead ass serious. Yep. Look, Brunson going to teach us a lot. Yep, absolutely. I like that. Brunson's IQ, cerebralness. He's going to help this team a lot, right? We all complain about Tom Thibodeau and his stubbornness. Right? So it's only going to benefit the Knicks to have a heady guy on the floor, an extension of the coach with that situation. Yep. Sanger says RJ can catch and shoot, but it's not a high percentage. Everyone else needs the ball in their hands. Yep. Yep, definitely. Look, RJ is going to improve. I'm high on that in that situation with the shooting with RJ, but it may be a gradual thing. Like it may not be next year. It's going to be over the next few years. But I think he definitely caps out at a solid catch and shoot shooter. Ideally, we can keep Obi and Quick in New York together. They have a great relationship on and off the floor. Yep, we hit with that. Yep, absolutely. You hit on point with that. Mark Salute. I don't want Donovan Mitchell on the New Year's EA's mouthpiece. Critical race theory as well. EA times minutes and not on with this lineup. Yep, you're right. Yeah, in terms of do that deal, could of dudes and like JJ says, I mean, might as well trade Obi if the Knicks are committed to Randall long term. Yep, you're not wrong with that, fam. You definitely got to consider what you want for the future with this situation, right? And have a nice, well-rounded roster. Yeah, I don't want the Knicks to have no log jams. Players that we're screaming need minutes. If you're going to make this big blockbuster and put players in the deal, you need to think about long term, who fits, who's going to play where with all of that. Jay Boogie in the house, salute, fam, what's good? And shout outs. It's a beautiful time when you talk with our ish with the Knicks. Don't worry, the deal is going to be done. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's from the closer with that. Yep. I appreciate it. Let us know. Yep. Tarek got no hate for Randall. He's on his best behavior and he balls out. I'm rooting for him. But I'm not a follower. Yep. Like Tarek says. Yep. Key says Obi might as well go. Yep. You will never start here. You can find a backup power forward anywhere. With that situation, it's going to be telling, fam. It's going to be absolutely telling what happens with Ob up in there. Yep, and we're having still having some connection issues. Apologies for that. It'll come good. Just keep throwing your buzz in the chat out here. Salute to everyone. Yep. Good point, Julian. Normally not having any issues. It must be the weather today. We're having some vicious storms and stuff out here, but it'll come good. And Travis says this is a good squad. To be honest, if it's Brunson, Spider, RJ, Randall, Mitch, we need Tibbs to make these guys good at D. But damn, that's a decent team on paper. Yep, yeah, definitely right. That'll have respect around the league for sure. But we aren't going to win no chip straight away, right? It takes time. You got to build cohesion. You got to build the chemistry, and the rest will come, right? We have a veteran coach, and this is what Tom Thibodeau was really born in for. With this situation, I feel May 4th, we don't have to find a backup. Sims is really a power forward to begin with, so May 4th feels that Jericho can play some 4. He's certainly agile enough. I'll give you that. He's 6'10". He can move his feet with the best of them. That's one of the things I love about Jericho's game. With that, and we surveyed 100 people with potential Brunson, Spider, RJ, and Randall all in the roster at the same time. How do we see growth in Mitch's offensive game? Yep. Well, with that said, we got to let Brunson make decisions on the ball, fam. We definitely got to have Brunson play unselfish. I don't want to see isolation from Randall too much and Spider and RJ. It's hot potato. Get that ball moving, fam. Right? That's how we got to play. Right? Like he says too. Don't get me wrong. I won't lose sleep too if Randall's gone. Yep. Facts. Yep. It's team first. With this situation, yep, absolutely love this team, but it's team first above all else, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what are you feeling about this summer league situation? I'm just, it's just so bittersweet right now. Normally I'll just be feeling absolutely on cloud 9, about to make this summer league championship, but knowing that some of these players might be gone, it just sort of feels a little bit right now. But I'm proud of these young kids. Salute to them for the hard work they've put in, the upside that they have been showing, and they deserve to be in the situation where they're in, right? As you're a pro baller, this means something to you, right? These games mean something. They may not mean a lot to all the fans, but they'll mean a lot to the players. Yeah, and we got to see Hartenstein as well, a solid bench guy. David, good points. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he looks like. I really didn't watch the Clippers a lot, but I'm really high on his all round game. Right, he passes the rock, and that's going to give us a different element, a different dynamic. We talk about how we're going to share the ball with Brunson, RJ, Randall, and possibly Spider with that situation. I won't even say possibly Spider. I think the deal gets done before the season starts. Yeah, that's my prediction. Throw out your prediction as to when the deal is going to get done, right? And in terms of what the deal looks like as well, this is what I think it might look like. I think it's going to be most likely going to be Obi, Grimes, Deuce, and 4 to 5 picks with Fournier as well. So Obi, Grimes, Fournier, Deuce, and 4 to 5 picks. You keep IQ and you keep RJ out the deal as well. IQ provides shooting. We're going to lose shooting, so we need IQ. His relationship with Donovan is special as well. We keep Sims out the deal. We keep Mitch obviously out the deal as well. So what do you guys think about that deal? It's me says Grimes, Obi, and McBride are gone. Yep, that's exactly what I just hit on as well. On point, it's me. But yeah, Fournier obviously with that as well. But with Randall here, you've got to factor in he's a piece we can give them, and it's also a chance where we still have power forwards. Cam Reddish can still play power forward as well. And with that said, the reason I didn't put Cam in the deal is because Cam is about to get paid. So is Cam Reddish going to be that valuable to Danny Ainge? You guys tell me. I don't think he's going to fancy Cam Reddish as much, to be honest with you, because even if he balls out, he's going to have to pay him straight away. So yeah, that's my best deal for Danny Ainge. You got Grimes, Obi, Deuce, Fournier, and 4 to 5 picks. Right, I don't add the 6th pick. I draw the line at 4 to 5 picks. Hopefully, you can give him 3 to 4 of the other team's picks and maybe one of our picks unprotected. But I think Danny Ainge is going to want more of our picks, the picks that are unprotected with that situation. Although maybe we can negotiate our own protections on those picks as well. Yep. Julian, no, not Grimes, not Obi, not Quick. Take anybody else. This is killing my soul. Yeah, right. It's tough, man, to be in this situation. We haven't been in since the Carmelo deal, fam, ladies and gents. Like JJ says, it would hurt to lose Quentin Grimes, right? A player we drafted. But you got to give to get. Yep. I love that last part. You've got to give to get. Yep. It's tough, but that's the nature of the business, right? And you know what? Quentin Grimes would absolutely beast for Utah, for a young Utah team. He'd be in a situation where he'd have the ball, he'd get all the shots. It'd be summer league Quentin Grimes out here, fam. And Julian Grimes needs to drop a 50 piece in this chip game to stay. On point with that. He drops a 50 piece. Danny Ainge is saying, hey, just give me Quentin Grimes and 2 picks and we'll make it happen, right? Cost control. Again, that's the big plus with Quentin Grimes in the eyes of Danny Ainge. The cost control, man. Having Quentin Grimes on 3 to 4, 5 more years of a cheaper deal, like that's just crazy, right? And I think it's going to be tough. But like JJ said, like the chat, man, we got to keep it real. We got to give to get. And having Quentin Grimes in the deal, bolsters the deal a lot more so that you can keep less picks out the deal. Because by all reports, man, they want they want 6 picks, or they wanted maybe all 8 picks of the Knicks early days. Um, Now this was probably before Quentin Grimes played summer league. Well, and gave Leon a bit more leverage up in this thing. And Utah would probably be my second favorite team. LOL would be fun watching all our kids get big minutes in Utah. Yeah, you know what? No lies, right? I got nothing against Utah right now, anyway. Yeah, they're no they're no division rival. They're no Eastern Conference rival for me. You know, they went all in with Rudy and Donovan. It didn't work out for them with that situation. But yeah, with Utah, they're helping us hopefully get land an all-star, and we're going to give them some young pieces that I love to see, grow up over there. Just not RJ, just not IQ with that thing. Too bad trading Cam is not a betting line in Vegas. I would win a lot of money. The Knicks are not going to give him a big contract after this year with Farron Hunt on the hunt for less money. Yep. Yeah, I could see that coming to fruition as well, Tarek. Um, However, it could be a big win for Cam if Grimes gets traded and Fournier. Well, we're going to need some wings this year. Yeah, what do you think about if Fournier and Grimes are gone? What does that mean for Cam this year? Right, I think minutes open up behind RJ, because yeah, we're going to need some guys to take some minutes at that spot. Be civilized. Ainge ain't no fool. Dude knows talent when he sees it, and Grimes and McBride is top of his list. Yep, cost control as well, fam. With that. That's why I said I give him Obi, Grimes, McBride, Fournier, and try to keep it at 4 picks with that. That's better young players than they got in the Rudy Gobert trade, right? We shouldn't have to give up the 5 picks when you're getting Grimes, Obi, and McBride, and you're getting a solid veteran as well that can stretch the floor for you as well, which they may try to reroute because they don't want to win this year as well. They might want to trade Fournier later, I feel, because again, Utah don't want to win no games as well. So there's only so much talent that they can take back. May 4th, to have the rings ever in Summer League would be etched in stone in them history books. Want them rings at any cost. Yeah, that's what I've been saying as well. Yeah, we got to fight for it. We got to fight for it and win these first rings, right? And yeah, and it could be these players' last hurrah playing next to each other, right? It'd be bittersweet. But I also want to touch on Farron Hunt, like Tarek brought up. He's a guy that is really on the radar now on a 2-way deal. There's a chance, we could be starving for wings. Maybe we convert him to a regular spot. Farron Hunt, if we lose Cam, we lose Grimes, we lose Fournier. Man, we need wings. We need wings bad. This guy can defend right now with the best of them for what we saw in Summer League. And he could be a Tari Eason light right now. Maybe even on par with that, with a bigger role. Tell me how high you are on Farron Hunt. Could he be a dude that we're sleeping on? Maybe he has a bigger role up in this piece. Lex says, I just don't get it why everybody want to give up too much all the time. Then we're complaining about getting fleeced. Yep, on point. Yep. That's why, this deal is going to take a little bit of time, fam. We don't need to rush this situation. The Knicks and Danny Ainge will go back and forth. This could drag on for weeks. We got months till the start of the season. But the beautiful thing is, ain't no team can match us, right? So let's start with a solid bid. We don't need to outbid ourselves at all, exactly like you said. But winning this chip tomorrow, man, tonight, yesterday's price ain't today's price, Danny Ainge, right? It's pick your poison, right? You want Quentin Grimes, you want Deuce McBride, Okay, well, we get to keep Obi, we get to keep Quickly if you want. We give you Fournier, we give you the rights to Rokas, we give you Trevor Keels even if you want, and then we give you less picks. Yep. Salute Darji, what's good? Kaiser says, yeah, we're about to get fleeced. Not as confident Leon's gonna pull this thing off the way we want it to happen. But this is his legacy, fam, as a president, right? This thing here, he's holding firm with this situation. Because yeah, this is the definition of getting fleeced, like Kaiser says. If we gave up 6 firsts, Grimes, Quickly, Obi, and McBride, with the 6 first for Donovan, that's getting fleeced, in my opinion, right? 4 to 5 picks with Grimes, McBride, and Fournier, right? And if they want more picks, I give him Cam. I say, hey, you can take Cam, but I'm keeping Quickly out the deal. Yeah, I'm keeping Quickly out the deal. Again, we need that shooting. If they just give Grimes and 4 to 5 pick firsts, I'll miss Grimes, but I'll be satisfied. Just not Obi and IQ too. I swear I don't want to hear about no more youth movements from the Knicks. Keeping it a buck there, fam. Yep. We're finally in this position now. We're maybe about to win the summer chip. And we have these young players. And again, I want to bring up the great point in the chat made earlier that was made about maybe making this trade later in the season. You see what these young kids look like coming in. But I just don't know how much Tom Thibodeau is going to play them. That's the thing, ladies and gents. Like, how much do you think Tom Thibodeau is going to play all these kids as well? So we go through the list of all these young kings. We got Cam on a contract year. RJ needs touches in a contract year. Obi and IQ midway through their rookie deals. Mitch signed with the bag. Now he's going to want a bigger role. You know, he's going to want a good role. We got Hartenstein up in here, who could be a nice trade piece, you know, in a year to come as well, if Mitch, you know, and Sims continues to develop. The great thing is I love to keep Sims out the deal as well. He can't be traded because he just got signed as well. So I'm really, really high on Jericho. It'd be a big win for me to keep him out the deal. And I salute Heck from Yankees Morning Brew. Which young player are you more willing to give up for Spider? IQ or Grimes? Oh, those two are the tough ones for me. Again, those two are tough, man. Those two are tough. Look, it's got to be a toss of the coin right now with the way Grimes has elevated himself. But at this point, I'm keeping IQ. Yeah, I'm keeping IQ out of the two. I'm still believe in IQ, still really high on him. Feel like in this age, it's a guards league. Yeah, he's going to get better on the ball. His handle's going to get better. He can shoot off the bounce. He can drive, get fouled. Quentin Grimes' defense is certainly better, is much better. But yeah, IQ, I feel like just caps out at a bit higher for me right now as well. But it's a toss of a coin. Tay says, for a player that broke a 70-year 3-point record, wonder if we can get a third team involved to get Fournier for a pick to package. Yep. That'd be nice. That'd be wishful for me. Like you said, yeah, I don't know if Fournier has much value at the moment still, even though he shot so well. Otherwise, I think, we would have heard his name in talks a lot more. And Pudge says RJ, Cam, and Hunt at the small forward spot. Got RJ, Cam, and Hunt at the small forward spot. Yep, that's if we lose Grimes, we lose Fournier. So, yep, I'd rock with that for a year. Yep, absolutely, fam. Well, Lex says, I like Hunt, but he's not Cam. Remember, Cam never got bumped down to the G League. Yep. Yeah, Cam just needs consistent minutes. He needs to stay healthy. Yeah, and he needs to play consistent minutes. Sharp Hours says, if we give up Cam, I believe Hunt will join the team full time. Yep. That gets a thumbs up for me. as you see, Farron Hunt got a B for summer league performance so far, and yeah, more to come from Farron Hunt. He's only 23 years old, right? And CT, if Cam doesn't ball out this year, his contract is up. You give him a bag contract, you give him a big contract, it's too late to trade him and get some picks for him, and you end up with nothing after you gave up Knox and a first. Yeah, great question. Look, to me, if he doesn't ball out this year, I trade him by the trade deadline. Yep, I don't let it get to the end of the season. Just like you said, I can't lose him for nothing. Um, I need to prioritize him. I need to trade Fournier and Grimes away so that he has a chance to see what he can do after behind RJ, and then we have a better decision, a better sample size to make that decision. But yeah, I'd hate it if we lost Cam for nothing with that situation, yeah, because we gave up stuff as well, and he has talent as well. He has some currency around the league, so we can't sleep on that and let him, come off the books for nothing. And Jason Brunson and Spider individually are good for this team. Both of them on this team is not a good fit, says Jason. Yeah, look, next to each other, it's going to be very interesting to see how do they figure out the D with that situation, and also moving the rock. Spider loves to be on the ball. So I feel like a lot of people are making points about the D, but not a lot of people are making points about how do those two share the rock together, right? Who can play more off ball better, Brunson or Spider? I mean, they both need to be on the ball. But Brunson came here so that he didn't have to be Luka's Robin. Let that sink in, ladies and gents. Brunson came here so that he didn't have to be Luka's Robin. But is he going to become Spider's Robin now with that situation? Hunt definitely ain't no Cam on his worst day. Yep. I feel like he's a light version at the moment. But the thing is young potential, and he can definitely grow to be of a great value pickup for nothing. Basically, we signed Farron Hunt from the G League from Dallas. Ilmatic says we have so many assets that the fleece won't hurt as much. Right. We have so many assets that the fleece won't hurt so much. Yeah. Yeah, we certainly need to keep some of these assets, in tow. Like I said again, it'd be Grimes, Obi, Deuce McBride, Fournier, and 4 firsts, right? That'd be my counter offer to whatever they're saying. If I had to put one more offer forward, I'd give him Rocas or a Cam Reddish, or possibly one extra pick. But that's as far as I'd go as well. Hunt go to that hole. Yeah, I love his athleticism, his length, his size, fam. He can do a lot. Can Farron Hunt. Tibbs pushed to draft Grimes. Yeah, exactly right. He loves him. Yep. Why does everybody act like Danny Ainge is a super villain? These are two businesses working on a deal that will benefit each party. Knicks front office will not get fleeced. RC Creative out here. Yep. I think everyone's holding their collective breath, hoping that, the deal just makes sense for both teams, And again, this media thing, they do love to stir the pot. Let's be real. They love stirring the pot just to, to get fans offside. They're the mouthpiece for certain things as well. We're damned if we do, damned if we don't do the deal. Truth is, the Rudy Gobert deal deserves more ridicule. Without having seen this deal yet, Rudy Gobert, 5 firsts for Rudy Gobert. No one's talking about Mini. If they don't do anything, Rudy Gobert's 30 years old, right? Let that sink in. Donovan Mitchell is 26 years old, right? Donovan Mitchell can damn go through one more full max contract before he hits Rudy Gobert's age. So we got some maneuvering, we got flexibility, we got ability to improve the team later as well. Julius Randle's only 27. RJ and Brunson are young as well. So I feel like that's definitely going to factor in with this young core. We still have pieces that are going to be left with Sims, hopefully Hartenstein, possibly Cam, possibly Deuce is out of the deal as well. IQ or Obi, one of those two, probably in the deal. And like Lex says, we need a bench. Can't let Tibbs be running players into the ground. Yeah, on point with that. Also, it looks like probably most likely Derrick Rose is out of the deal. Out of the deal, right? Utah had Derrick Rose before they waived him. Remember, they waived Derrick Rose a few years back, and he's going to help them win. So think about it, ladies and gents. Utah don't want Derrick Rose as well. So expect D Rose to still be here next to Quick. We should still have remnants of that best bench in the league, right? You're talking about D Rose, IQ, maybe Cam Reddish at the 3, or Ferron Hunt, Jericho Sims, and then Hartenstein potentially, or Cam at the 4. Well, if Obi's in the deal, if Obi is in this deal, there could be that nice fit with that bench role. Dirty says, I'd like to get this deal done sooner than later so we can use the room exception to replenish the depth we will lose as well. Yep, that's definitely one take. Yeah, I feel you on the situation where it's uneasy, just waiting to see what's going to happen. When we're waiting to see what happens, especially with the summer going on, there's no ball being played. It's like, just tell us how long is this deal going to take? We need to know, right? We need to set our calendars. We need to schedule our life around this thing. I feel you on that. I hope we get clarity sooner than later too. I'm thinking maybe 1-2 more weeks. Two to more weeks max. I mean, it's enough time to go around the league, see what's available. I mean, they're just being childish, I think, at the end of the day. And going back to the ugly is Danny Ainge being greedy. I feel like he's just going to be greedy. If he uses that token counter argument, like, oh, you know what, we don't have to trade Donovan. We're just going to take him into the season. Like, come on, the whole league knows that's BS, right? You want to tank. You want to tank for Victor Wembanyama, right? So don't give us that, Danny Ainge. We're just gonna take our time. Like, come on, we know Miami doesn't give up the package we have. We know no one else can do that. Movies and stuff. What's good? Trade Barrett. He's due 100 mil, and if Spider comes, he will fall to 4th to 5th option. Well, that is a loaded comment from movies and stuff as well. That'd be interesting. Or reports are Danny Ainge doesn't want to pay RJ as well. So maybe that isn't even a possibility as well. But what you said, in terms of the money side of things, and where RJ's fit would be very, very, very fascinating to see. Look, again, RJ's only 22 years of age. If we extend him, I feel like he's still going to be at times a guy that's been the second, third, option on a night, on a different night, closing the game out still. But yeah, other guys got to get in their roles. RJ definitely got to get better at catch and shoot situation as well. And Kaiser says Cam being overrated. He hasn't done anything to get the faith you all have in him. Face it, if we traded Knox for another Knox, a project for another project, expect we also lost the pick with that. Yep. Except we also lost the pick. Look, with Cam, yeah, he has all that potential and he still has currency around the league. So I feel like he better get right at the start of the season. He better get a chance and get off to that good start. Otherwise, like you said, it's going to be a situation where he may not find a home in New York. He may be on to the next. Jay Boogie, I'm keeping Grimes over IQ. Brunson going to show Deuce the angles and lines how to beat the man in front of him without great speed. Everybody talk Obi and IQ chemistry. Grimes and Deuce building though, too. Yep, absolutely, fam. On point. That is Jay Boogie. Yep. Look, Grimes, man, he's a crowd favorite. He's a crowd pleaser. No, no lies. Now, Vegas King, right? He comes back with that summer chip, that ring, and he's ready to do big things wherever he is, whether it's Utah, New York, Vegas, worldwide. Is Quentin Grimes, right? You know what? It'd be fun just to see him have a bigger role on a team too. The chemistry he would have, especially that 3-and-D wing that we need with Brunson and Spider. I think we can all agree in this chat, if Leon kept Grimes out this deal, yep, provided the deal still was reasonable, made sense. If he kept Grimes out the deal, I think Leon deserves a statue with that thing, right? Especially after this. A guy that can shoot, catch, dribble, do it all for us. Hunt got one of them spots automatic. Sure. Yep. May 4th on point with that. Yep. I'm definitely loving some upside for Ferron Hunt. And look, that could be the next steal, under the radar kind of steal. You know, you find a Quentin Grimes in the draft, you lose Quentin Grimes, then maybe we find a Ferron Hunt out a diamond in the rough again. And the last one on Cam from Tarek. If Cam doesn't ball out and you wait till the trading deadline, his value is lower. Yep. No lies there. Yep. Completely agree. It's sort of like we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. We got to do something with Cam, man. We got to give him minutes just to see, hoping he boosts his value and looks good. But at the end of the day, Cam would find a nice, comfortable role backing up RJ. I feel like there's less pressure. You know, if he comes in healthy and he claims that backup 3, if Grimes is traded, then Cam would have all the right runway. It'd be on him if he doesn't make it work for him, I feel. And if we wait and hold to the 4th for 4 first, Rose expiring contract and Fournier, Utah can either take it or settle for less from someone else. Yeah, that's some good points too. Yep. Like I said, going back to the start, we're bidding against ourselves at the moment, right? In fear of maybe even if we piss Danny Ainge off, right? It's like you said, go find a better deal. If you take it or leave it, kind of thing. But he's probably definitely saying to himself right now, Quentin Grimes is the starting point right now for this deal. The framework of the deal has to be around Quentin Grimes, I think, for Danny Ainge perspective. Cam will ask for a trade to go somewhere so he can play. Yep, exactly. I agree, Geraldine. Yep, with that situation. And we don't have to make the trade, and the Jazz don't either. Yep. We don't have to. I feel like the Jazz have to. That's my opinion, but I think the Jazz have more pressure to make this deal. Like, what's it going to look like if they come into the season with picking up some wins, middle of the road kind of team? That ruins their chances in a generational draft with that situation. And Denick says Brunson and Donovan is one of the best backcourts in the NBA. 40 to 60 points per game, 10 to 15 assists, 10 to 15 boards. A game that's elite, like Curry and Thompson. That's elite, like Curry and Thompson, Brunson and Donovan. Look, I agree. In the East, I'm not going to hold back. I feel like Brunson and Donovan would be nice. Defensively would be an issue. But look, Spider's 6'1" without shoes, 6'3" with shoes, and a 6'10" plus wingspan. Hopefully he comes in motivated. He definitely needs to be motivated playing D and then then we can see what we are. But yeah, in the East, I feel like that's right up there. And David says not all the picks will be high, especially with these upgrades. You get better with the Kings picks. 3-team trade, so we need to give extra picks. Yeah, David, I feel like they're going to negotiate for the Knicks picks to have no protections. I feel like that's what Danny Ainge is going to try, because those 4 other picks that are other teams, man, they got heavy protections. That's not that worth for Danny Ainge. You know, that's not worth much with that. Potter does a lot of good things. All the small things, I like Potter game a lot. Yep. Yeah, absolutely on point. He showed me some things this summer league, but I didn't put him in here because he's not on the main roster. But yeah, could the Knicks have found something there? You know, maybe G League sign him up. And D Rose leaked that pot belly pick and sent it to Utah. Like, y'all want this? Yeah. Oh man, you guys are on fire. And LR put Randall on and Fournier and draft picks. If they don't take it, have a nice day and move on. We got good players now. Yeah, we got damn good players. Absolutely right. If this Donovan thing never came about, I'd still be buzzing, you know? Absolutely, I'd still be buzzing. And yeah, this summer league's putting our guys on the map, fam. Yep, we're getting things done now. How confident are you that we're going to win this chip? Man, I'm all the way in. I feel like we took an L to Portland. Now we're going to come back and we're going to hit them in the mouth, right? We're going to punch them in the mouth. Yep. With that said, you know, we know their tendencies. These young Kings are going to lay it all on the line, you know. They know it could be their last game together with Jericho playing with Deuce and Grimes, right? Could be their last game together. Dargis has got to be prepared to have this thing stretch out till just before training camp starts for the deal. Look, 2 stubborn men, that could happen. That could definitely happen. But I hope it doesn't go that long. And a gun to my head, I would say it doesn't go that long, just because it's more than enough time for Ainge to go back around the league, you know, see what's out there. And I feel like they're going to compromise. They're going to come to a fair deal at the end of the day. And again, the Knicks aren't going to get fleeced. Like I said, if it's 4 picks, Obi, Fournier, Grimes, and that's it, or Deuce, to me, that's not getting fleeced. You know, we still keep some pieces. We still keep Sims. We keep IQ RJ to play with Spider. Our team gets significantly better. We're really, really cooking now with that. CT Brunson signing because he wanted a team of his own. It really makes no sense to bring Spider in here. Yep. Yeah, I could see that too. Like I said before, Geraldine, he is he was the Robin to Luka. Now what is he here? But I still think he has a big role. Like no matter what, he's still got a really big role, and maybe he's good with that. Maybe he just really told them a fib, and he really wants to just be a New York Knick with that. But he's definitely going to be on the ball a lot. If anything, I think RJ's touches go down a little. RJ becomes more of a catch and shoot situation with Brunson and Spider up in here. But look, it's not a terrible situation. If RJ is the third option, I don't think that's a terrible option. I think Randall definitely needs to become more of a post-up guy. Randall get up and down on the break, maybe get Randall downhill. Brunson and Spider get majority of the touches. RJ plays off of them with the third option, and I would regress Randall's role, also because of his age. And Kaiser hits too. With the problem about that Wolves deal, they ruined the market with that awful deal for Gobert. They gave up double what his value was. Yep, that absolutely stinks, that deal. No lies, fam. That that got the league buzzing, right, for bad reasons, right? Like Ryan Windhorst said, that got everybody bitching about that. The deals, it just was a lopsided deal. Um, Now, unfortunately, that's what happens when Minnesota have to overpay, to get players down there. All the best to them. 30-year-old Rudy Gobert. I mean, damn, they've probably got a 2-3 year window, right? To give up all that for Gobert, nah, nah. I mean, I hope Leon doesn't get close to that. Jason, keep Obi and Grimes because they will thrive the most with the new guards. Cam, IQ, and Deuce would be redundant pieces. Yep, look, that's at the other side of the coin too. What I was thinking about, you bring in Spider, IQ's still a bench player, so maybe IQ makes more sense in the deal. But then you keep Obi, then you've got Julius, Jason. What do you do with Julius and Obi still? I'd love to see them play 4 and the 5, play together more. And certainly keeping, like I said, keeping Quentin Grimes out of this deal. Leon Rose deserves a statue, right? If the deal makes sense, keeping Quentin Grimes, right? He could be our future 3 with that situation. Let's say we traded Brunson in the future or something. RJ goes back to the 2. But yeah, Quentin Grimes is a guy that's going to have dynamic trade value as he continues to ascend. Yep. Potter set 3 screens in one offensive set. I said, oh man, this kid is good. Yeah, he's got NBA experience. I think May 4th. Good points there. I feel like Potter definitely looked like he had experience out there as well, which is why our beloved Knicks are in this game, this chip as well. It's all on the line. All the stakes are there, right? We're going to bring home our first ring, albeit summer league, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's just win something. Let's just win something. RJ was better at coaching. RJ is better at catching and shooting 2 years ago. We need RJ to be effective in that role because he's going to be in those situations a lot if we get Mitchell. Yep. Yep. You absolutely hit with that. That's what I was saying earlier. And I feel like RJ's shooting is definitely on the up in terms of his ability to improve that skill. Like I've got no doubt RJ is a worker. He's going to be shooting all this summer. He knows his skill sets. He wants this contract. I feel like a lot's made of RJ shooting, but look how many players in the league came in as bad shooters. Like couldn't shoot at all. Jason Kidd couldn't shoot at all, and he ended up a solid 3-point catch and shoot player, as we saw with us, 40 years old. So yeah, I feel like RJ is going to improve in that, and like JJ said, he has to. Playing with Brunson, with Spider, at least the corner shot. He needs to play off ball a lot more than he's been used to. And Geraldine, Obi will not get the playing time with Randall here, so we can't play everyone. Yep, that's real. Absolutely, fam. That's real. Randall with Obi, like I've been saying, we said at the end of last season, it has to happen. A decision needs to be made on those two. And for me, I would keep Obi obviously long term, but in this kind of deal, if you're bringing in Spider Mitchell, it probably makes more sense to keep Randall as well. In terms of trying to get Spider here, you have to give young players to Danny Ainge, right? He doesn't want an older Randall. Does Danny Ainge? What the hell for? He's given up Donovan Mitchell to be bad as well. I salute Gennady. What's good, fam? What's good? Brother, love your show, but please bring Ron Cleveland, man, on the show. I appreciate you for that. We'll try and make that happen as well. Ron's doing big things as well. He's on a lot of other Knicks pods, showing love to everyone out there as well. Mr. Man. Love to hear his thoughts on this situation. And May 4th says Knox outscored Trae Young in 2 of them playoff games. Just saying. Yeah. Bonson salute. If Julius is still here, how is he going to act playing behind Brunson and Donovan at times? RJ, he went nuts last year when RJ was taking over games. Yep, you hit with that. You hit. Um, you know what? It's gonna be fascinating TV. Um, but you know what? He needs to wake up and get right because this is a completely different situation. It's like waking up and you're in a whole new realm because that's what it would be. The Julius All Star, All Improved, All NBA from 2 years ago. Man, that squad's in the past. That ain't nothing like it is right now. We're actually legit building towards contention. Not saying we would be a contender, but we would be legit building towards contention. And Julius would need to learn to play the second, third option on nights because they damn near Brunson showed that he could be a great Robin, in the Western Conference playoffs. And we know Spider Mitchell can be Batman. He's got his team to the number one seed out west in the past. So yeah, there's a lot of talk about Julius and his mindset heading in, ladies and gents. Um, I bring up this image again. Julius, he's been through the ringer in New York. He's been through a down first year to all highs, then back down again. One thing I'll say is you got to have mental fortitude to be able to bounce back again and again and again with that situation. So I'm hoping Randall can get right, can get his shooting right. At least the shooting opens up the floor. If I had to pick one thing from Julius's breakout year, it was the shooting that changed the game. Basically, when the power forwards had to come out and respect Julius's shot, yeah, that was just huge. That was huge for us. Salute Neville Humphreys, salute Knicks Nation. The chat out here, the streets are buzzing. Um, just give us an emoji how you're feeling right now. As Knicks fans, we just things have popped up really fast from free agency or from the draft, free agency. Here we are. We're not even talking about Jalen Brunson enough with this situation right now. It's looking like Donovan Mitchell, will be a New York Knick at the start of the season, right? We have a squad that's probably better than the squad we've had since the last the last 15 years. Um, maybe the 54 win season with Carmelo, maybe that is good. Is good. But to me, I would have a Brunson, Spider, RJ, Randall, Mitch team better than that. It just depends on what the bench looks like. And Kaiser says, not for nothing. If we miss on Donovan, another option we should trade for is Wiggins. The Warriors may be trying to free up salary, and Wiggins would give us the size, defense, and the shooting from the 3 spot. Yep, I like that option too, Kaiser. Yep, appreciate you for popping that out there as well. Wiggins could definitely be had. Yep, I feel like he could definitely be had, and it'd be smart business to get in those sweepstakes, right? In terms of the 3 spot. Again, um, nothing's final forever. If we have Brunson and Spider, we could easily trade Brunson, in 2-3 years if we needed. We push RJ to the 2. We have Andrew Wiggins at the 3 spot as well. So yeah, the thing is, my biggest pro, to making this trade, and hopefully it's a good deal in terms of the pieces. But my pro for making the swing is that you just bring in talent. You bring in talent, and talent brings back assets in the future. Like I said, if Donovan just doesn't work, he's 25 years old. When he's 28, he's going to have currency around the league where you can bring back picks, you can bring back young players all over again. So for all the people that are worried about giving up too many picks and that, well, you could easily get those picks back one day. Hopefully it works out, but you could definitely bring back picks. I feel like and get this thing back on the right track. If you needed to reset. with that. Yeah, and Neville says if we are bidding against ourselves, why give away the store? Yep, exactly. Yep, exactly with that. Parrish says, I don't know. Quickly and Obi together ran through Charlotte, Miami, Washington at home against Toronto with Scotty Barnes playing. I mean, ran them off the floor in real games. Yep. Yeah, those last couple of games, yep, was absolutely lighting it up with these young kids as well. Yeah, we could go back and forth over how many different combos would be nice to keep. Like Parrish says, I think those two got special chemistry. Those two definitely got special chemistry. For me, in terms of the deal, and we know how greedy Danny Ainge is going to be, with Quickly and Obi together, keeping them out the deal just means you're going to have to put, more other pieces. I don't know if you just take Grimes, Deuce, and Picks and Fournier. But look, that could still be the better deal. Grimes, Deuce, and 5 picks. That could still be better than Miami's deal. Is better, I feel like. I mean, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and 3 picks, or Grimes, McBride. Maybe throw in Cam if you want, and 4 picks. So yeah, maybe we can keep Obi and IQ out the deal. I'd give max props to Leon if he can get that done. But then we have another headache with Obi and Randall, and 3 centers that need minutes. I mean, this log jam's nothing to sneeze at, right? With Hartenstein, Mitch, and Sims, and then if Obi and Randall are still here, I mean, Obi's back to playing 13 minutes a night. Kaiser says Wiggins can defend Tatum and Brown, the 2 players standing in our way. Yeah, we got to hit on that because, you got to look at who's standing in your way. Like, absolutely right. The Boston Celtics are the team that's going to be around, right? It's going to be around for a long, long time to come, right? Young wings. But yeah, this is a guards and wings league. They would have to adapt to Brunson and Spider, right? Brunson and Spider, they could live in the paint. Talk about max penetration, kicking out to the shooters as well. I feel like Quentin Grimes would break the 3-point record if he stays on this team with Spider and Brunson. Tay, salute. What inspired me to do this? Just my fandom, my passion for basketball, for the New York Knicks. Well, and just enjoying it. Just talking this Knicks talk with the streets are buzzing. It's the best time. And yeah, just I live for those times when the Knicks were hot in the 90s, early 2000s. They were just special teams, and we're getting our way back up there, fam. What inspired you to be a fan? The Starks, the Oakleys, the Masons, Ewings, the LJs, the Allen Houstons, the Spreewells, the Cambys, all of that, NBA Finals ball, Eastern Conference Finals ball, when Madison Square Garden is pumping. There's no better place. And Kaiser says Heat can only trade Hero and 3 firsts. That's why they're searching for them picks. Yeah, right. Yeah, let them search. Yep, absolutely on point. We only just got to offer slightly more than Miami. Yep, absolutely. That's smart biz right there. CT, if we do get Spider, I don't think it's going to work. They both need the ball in their hands, and so does RJ and Randall. Yeah, I could definitely understand your concerns, Geraldine. I feel like we got to see first. We got to fill out the roster, right? If we can keep some shooters, we keep IQ. RJ takes a leap shooting. Randall's shooting gets back to what it was. I feel like we're okay. We're a better team. Whether we make it or not, we win the chip. there's got to be a lot more pieces and building to go. But I'm just excited because we have our rim protection. We have all spots filled in terms of the starting five. Right? When was the last time we had a real complete starting five from a young up and coming rim protector to Julius, a recent all-star that can take over games, RJ, a rising wing in this league, an all-star shooting guard, Donovan, and an up-and-coming all-star, potential all-star Brunson. I feel like that's a nice start, and then we figure the rest out. And Jay Boogie, when Cleveland gave up LeBron, they got the number one pick. So did New Orleans when they lost AD. We will have the number one pick next year in the draft. By Utah will have the number one pick in the draft by losing their two all-stars. Facts. Yep, absolutely. Yep. And who's likely to be the number one pick? Generational dude Victor Wembanyama, a fellow Frenchman, right? If the Utah Jazz have any intel from Rudy Gobert, he trained with Victor, right? Those two know each other, right? So let's be real. Utah know what a special talent that Victor Wembanyama is, fam. Absolutely on point with that said. And Jay Boogie, oh man, Jay Boogie in the house with the $40 super chat. Appreciate you, fam. Got this thing buzzing. Appreciate your passion, your 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 rhymes, man. Cop J Boogie's tracks as well. You know where to find them. Let's get it. Absolutely blessings, many blessings, and continued success and health and wealth to Jay Boogie, Knicks Nation out here blessing us. I appreciate that, Jay Boogie. Man, I just look forward to this season, this journey as Knicks fans and MSG. Hopefully we meet up and things are buzzing out there. We're absolutely there for the NBA All-Star Game or NBA Finals. And we're kicking back and things are buzzing. I can't wait for that day. Yeah, I know all Knicks fans out here, right? Passion second to none. Best fan base in the world. Best city. Best arena. And either way, we know we're still going to be here chopping this thing up the way this thing goes when this deal gets done. It's me. Rank these shooting guards, especially those took a team to the playoffs and a number one seed in the West. Yeah. Here is my ranking. Mitchell, Booker, Beal, and Levine. Yeah. Very high on Mitchell. Yeah. I'd probably have Booker ahead. Booker, but yeah, Mitchell's on par with Beal. Talent doesn't grow on trees, so appreciate that. Geraldine, even if we gave up the 6 picks, we'll still have 5 firsts and a bunch of seconds. Yep, absolutely. Yep, it's got to be a mix. Yep, like Geraldine says, you give up 6 picks, we've still got more, but that doesn't mean we need to give them all up. Let's just be patient as well, right? I know this thing is tough, right? We're going back and forth. And it doesn't matter who we trade. Remember, Tibbs still the coach as well, unless he changes his ways with his offensive sets. Yeah, it's got to be Brunson, Geraldine, chat. We got to let our point guard run the point for the first time in a long time. We have this thing. We have a starting quality point ready to light MSG up, right? And don't sleep on Jalen Brunson. He's got tricks in his bag, fam, right? He knew when he came to New York. Now I'm a guy that can show what I can do, right? Luka was taking up a lot of the shine from JB. He's got moves. And salute Jarvis LaFleur in the house. Salute what's good out here. Salute to the best chat in the biz. Darji says, me, Booker, hasn't been given an opportunity to lead a team. He got drafted to an absolute disaster, and then they brought in CP3 to lead, but he's been an automatic bucket from day one. I got to agree. Facts with that. Devin Booker would be nasty up in this piece as well. But we have our young king, RJ Barrett, and it's looking like we're going to keep him. It's just a matter of what the deal looks like as well. He's not going to be part of this deal. I can say that for sure. He bigger than Spider is Booker. Yeah. Look, ideally, Donovan Mitchell was 2 inches taller. He'd be serious. If he isn't already serious, he'd be more serious with Spider. But I'd take it. I'd take what we can get right now. He's a special player. We will win the chip tomorrow. There will be no deal. If we will win the chip tomorrow, there will be no deal, says Geraldine. We're playing with house money. We're playing in a great position, fam, ladies and gents. We've got a young core that are balling out in summer league. We've got other teams wanting our players. We've got more picks than almost any team but OKC. We've got players on the ascend as well. We've got some reclamation projects up in here. It's just going to be a fun season no matter what up in this thing, right? Like I said, I want to focus a bit more on Brunson because, again, he's a dude that's got upside we haven't seen yet. And with that said, we've signed him to a descending contract. So for you guys that may not know what that means, it's each year we're starting his dollar amount this year at the highest amount, and it's going to get lower and lower as the seasons go along in the deal. So that's going to mean more salary cap gets freed up. As the salary cap goes up, Jalen Brunson's deal goes down. So what did you guys think about that, fam? I think that's smart biz, right? Leon Rose knows what he's doing with constructing these contracts and all of that good stuff. We're in a situation where if we start to get more flexibility moving forward, we could bring in that other third king in terms of the next star. And Illmatics, Brunson will be the key to everything, right? The locksmith. Yes, sir. He's going to have Brunson going to have MSG standing up and applauding this season, right? Yep. Like Darji says, yep. Perfect point guard for us. I'm really curious to see how he holds up on the defensive end. Obviously, that's a swing skill. He can hold his own. He's just a pest on the offense. He'll get into the paint. He'll kick it out to the shooters. He'll get fouls. He's basically a more advanced IQ at the moment, right? He's a more advanced floor general and a dynamic offensive scorer in the isolation as well. And he's got cerebral play. He's a leader wherever he's been. Yep, absolutely. J Boog in the house. Yep, all of us got to link up for real. Cannot wait to that day. And Joey says you need to keep Obi and Quickly together. Yep, I understand their chemistry. It's special. It's so special, those two. Yep. Those two came up together. They fight together. They train together. They were drafted together. That's a special bond, those two, right? It'd be tough to see that broken up because I was hoping those two would graduate to being the future of the Knicks starting squad because you keep both of them together. With that said, I think if we do lose one of them, it's only going to be one of them, not both. Hell no to signing off on both of them. With that said, that'd be a bad move, I think, for Leon. And Keith's, like he's been saying, Miami is trying to move on to their next guy now. Pat Riley, he can't take no for an answer. So he's not going to get Donovan. He knows his deal is poor, right? So Leon, it's up to you. Just do it right. Play no games. speak to Danny Ainge, say take it or leave it, right? We know what the league's offering you. Don't try to be a fool. Darji says he'll be fine on D. He competed at that end of the court. Yep. Ready, battle hard players. That's what we need, right? Had success in the Western Conference. Like you said, he's got the pedigree now to be that leader, right? He's coming in at the peak of his powers, 25 years old, been Luka's Robin. He's going to come in here and just, especially with his father, right, on the coaching staff, right? They're not going to take no nonsense from that. I don't remember Brunson killing us. Like, wow, this kid going off. Yeah. With that situation, it's just a matter of giving him more touches. Yeah. Luka was the most ball dominant guy, I feel, in the game. Jarvis says, I'm in wait and see mode. Knicks need to maintain their position with patience. Ainge can be greedy, so I would check in on SGA. OKC has that logjam. Just another option. Yep. Absolutely. Jarvis hit with that on point as well. Yep. We're in wait and see mode, all of us. We hope it doesn't drag on too long as well. We just want the news. Yep. But let's get it. And with that said, Ed says, salute Windhorse, saying the Donovan Mitchell deal is getting done next week. Yep. Next week. Yep. I could see that, Ed. Appreciate you for that. And with that situation is, yeah, we know the rest of the league can't deal with the Knicks offer. Like, let's be real. If anything, yesterday's price ain't today's price, with Quentin Grimes about to win Summer League MVP as well. How good would that image be of Deuce and Grimes flashing their rings, their bling, right? And then Grimes holding the Summer League MVP trophy as well. Then be like Danny Ainge on line 2, and Leon would be like, yeah, you know what? Kick rocks. You know. With that said, you love some of these Summer League Knicks, right? They've come in and they've balled out. And what's been the most impressive thing has been the defense, right? I said the Knicks need to get back to playing solid D this year, right? Forget about the offense first. We need to get back to holding teams under 95 points. And I've just loved what I've seen. A salute to Dice, the coach, with Grimes, Sims, Deuce, Ferron Hunt, and Keels. Just solid D, getting up in people, playing with that intensity. Yeah, we can't keep both IQ and Obi, I feel like Geraldine says, unfortunately. We're going to have Obi maybe stay, IQ gone. With that said, I think they're going to value IQ a bit more just because of Obi's age. But yeah, with that situation is with Randall still here, it's still that logjam. It's just tough. Paul says send some of the young players, doesn't match the money yet. Yeah, we need Fournier, or we need D Rose to match, or Randall, of course. Yep. Womp bag doodle salute. Leon can't get fleeced. It's BS. Heat can give away less picks and less players. F that. Yep. On point with that. Yeah, for once we can outbid Miami and say F that to Riley, right? You know, you wanted to re-up Jimmy Buckets. You've got Bam Adebayo. You know, now it's our time to shine, Pat. You know, Mickey Harrison, get out of here. You know, try and get KD all you want. You know, talk that Tyler Hero was more valuable than RJ Barrett. All that talk that Tyler Hero was the next thing smoking. Well, Danny Ainge, you know, he doesn't want that deal. You know, forget about that. You know, let's see what you do with Tyler Hero, no playing D. With that, see how far they can get. Grimes small for the 3. Yeah, I'd love if Grimes was 1 or 2 more inches. Pause. But yeah, so would the whole league with that. But you know what? He's just tough. He's built solid. He's got good wingspan. He's smart on the defensive end. Knows where to be. Gets in the right positions. I mean, it's just been an absolute pleasure to see Grimes ball out. What is he averaging? Like 25. He's like averaging 24, 5 and 5 in this summer league thing. I mean, that's insane. McBride is going to increase his value tomorrow as well. He has a lot to prove. Yeah, he has a lot. Really high ceiling. Deuce McBride, two-way guy. I feel like he's the next guy to break out after Quentin Grimes, like we surveyed said. You can't teach that. You know, a guy with the feel for the game, both sides of the floor. And I love his little mid-range pull-up as well. McBride going to do some things in the league once he continues to grow. But yeah, a point guard that has that little mid-range pull-up, that's critical in this league. Every guard want to get to the paint or shoot a three ball, but a dude that can sort of try to blow by and step back mid-range, that's a nice move from Deuce, as well as he can get up in people's grill. Yep, Grimes trade value up and up and up. Yep. Facts, Travis, as well. Chat on point. If anything, let's change my grade. A+ for Quentin Grimes. Yep. If Quentin Grimes wins us the chip, if the Knicks win the chip tomorrow, every one of these players' grades goes up one. Quentin Grimes goes up to A+. Jericho goes up to A. Deuce goes up to A. Ferren Hunt goes up to A. Yep, they've done their job. Right. The best young core, the best young team in summer league. Neville Humphreys, Knicks should make a counter offer of Fournier and Rose to make the money work, and 5 firsts, because no other teams can make a better offer for Mitchell, and they just stand their ground. Ooh, that would have me excited. Yep, I love that. Love that idea. I don't know if Danny Ainge loves that, but it's actually it's true. Yeah, we could give them some old heads and some picks, and that's enough. Um, because they want the pick side of things. That's all they really, really, really want. At the end of the day, yeah. But yeah, I know they want Quentin Grimes, but yeah, 5 firsts. Um, let me ask you. Let's say he did do that, but he said all 5 got to be unprotected. Um, or one of the picks is another team's and all 4 of the Knicks picks are unprotected, let me know. Danny Landers in the house, salute. Let's get this deal signed and delivered. Let's get it. Go Spider. Yep, that's Spider in the gym right now. He can't wait to be a New York Knick, and he's busting his gut in the gym. He's hyped, playing for his hometown team. He loves the New York Mets. I mean, it's going to happen, ladies and gents. This season is going to be on fire with Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, and whoever else is left on the roster with RJ and Mitch. I mean, like I said, tell me when was the last time we had a squad like that? We got to see how it all shakes out. I'm getting excited, but yeah, we got to wait. We got to see. But it starts tomorrow. The first part of the year kicks off with success with these young players as well, doing us proud. Ferren Hunt's a keeper. He's a keeper on here. If we have to gut some of the team, I would convert him. I would convert him straight away because we need that wing depth bad. Yeah, the Jazz don't want any veterans, nor do they want any player they have to pay. They want picks and they want the young players. Anybody but Grimes, says Geraldine. Yeah, anybody but Grimes. I wish as well. Tears, salute. The Knicks shouldn't give away their core. The most I'm going to give them is the 5 firsts. Evan Fournier, Deuce, and 2 seconds as well. Yep. Now we're really bargaining, fam. I like this. Yep, the chat's being sensible in terms of not giving away too much straight away. And this is exactly what Leon's doing. Reports today, Jazz and the Knicks, they're going to go back and forth. They'll continue to talk serious, but a deal eventually gets done, according to Ian Begley, SNY. But I'd be surprised if it happens in the coming days. So this thing could be another week or two. But I feel like once Danny Ainge, really comes to terms with what's out there, then we're really cooking. King Chaos with Fournier, Rose, and 6 picks if necessary. Well, yep, I'd do that. I'd do that. Keep some of the young players. Let's see what Ainge wants. Tier says Deuce, Fournier, and the 5. Yep. I love Spider, but personally, I believe that Booker is better and more capable talent. It's not his fault. He just got drafted to a literal playoff desert. Yep. Look, Booker still has some ways to go. He got awfully close. But yeah, I think Spider, I'd take him in MSG still. He's going to be box office, is the Spider. I mean, that first 40 piece in the Garden, 50 piece, it's just going to be nuts. KD, don't you regret not going to the Knicks, says Wompbag. Yep. KD can kick rocks. Yep, it definitely is. Yep. If we win a chip before he does, then that'd be nice. Other than Zion, nobody game is more tailor-made for the Garden than the Spider, Donovan Mitchell. Yep. Like I've been saying, man, box office, it's tailor-made, right? Get up and down with Jericho. Imagine if Obi stays too. Spider, Brunson, and Obi and Mitch running up and down. I mean, and the beautiful thing is you don't even got to play Randall too much. 30 minutes. Keep Randall super fresh. 32 minutes max. Like we wouldn't see a gassed out Randall no more. I don't feel with that situation. Eric Salute Grimes would stay at the 2. I see him sticking around. I can see IQ going in the trade along with Fournier and maybe the 5 picks. Yep. You know what? That's what got us in this position where we can negotiate, like Eric says. Yeah, if we really, really want to keep Grimes out the deal, we got more offers than anyone else, right? IQ and 5 picks, that's still better than Miami's offer, right? Of Tyler Hero and 3 picks. IQ and 5 picks, that still helps the Jazz. So yeah, keep them coming. David, I like Spider's clutch gene better than Booker. Spider more athletic too. Yep. I can agree with that. Yep. Hopefully he keeps that athleticism for beyond his 30 years, Look, with that said, our identity would change. We wouldn't be that shut you down kind of team no more. That's just keeping it a buck. With Brunson and with Spider, our identity would be putting up points. Now, obviously, we need the rim protection. That's critical. Mitch, Hartenstein, Sims as well. That's critical. And then we just got to play solid team D. I really love Jericho's ability to stay in front of guys. That's what got me buzzing with this thing. Darji says, Spider don't distribute the rock like Booker. Yep. Spider takes over games. That's one of the reasons why. Utah, he was the main man. And you know what? Spider got to be licking his chops too, because he never, say what you want about how good Utah were with Joe Ingles and Mike Conley playing off him. He never played with a team with the options the Knicks would have. There'd be nights Spider could sit on the bench and Brunson and RJ and Randall and OBIQ or whoever take over. Spider never had that luxury in Utah. He had to be the dude to take over. I feel like, ladies and gents. So, yeah, what are you thinking about how Spider would feel in this situation? Even Brunson never played on a team with this depth. Yeah, he had Luca. That's real. He had Dinwiddie. He had THJ. But this is a whole different thing. Playing with Brunson, RJ, Randall, and whoever else is left on the young core, Mitch, Cam, whoever. That's deep. Ron, salute. Knicks fans, still Knicks fans in the house. Salute, salute, salute. Yep. Appreciate you. The hunt for the Spider. Summer League champs tomorrow. Let's get it, fam. I can't wait. Who here is going to purchase the replica ring? Be honest. If the Knicks win the ring, would you cop yourself a replica ring up in there? Especially if we keep some of these young players, or most of them. Imagine if we do. Imagine if it's more of the Obi, Quickly, or Cam and veteran side of things, and everybody on this summer league squad stays. How would that cop you to feel? Spider is a mini D Wade. He has the potential to reach that. Electrifying. Yep. It's going to be MSG is going to be in a frenzy with that thing, right? I can't wait. It'd be the next All-Star game that hasn't been announced yet would be MSG. I think the NBA would get right quick smart and schedule the next All-Star game at MSG. When was the last All-Star game in MSG? You guys let me know. I feel like it's probably going back to late 2010s, maybe. Maybe early 2010s, something like that. Let's get this done deal already, says Jet Life. Yeah, we're going back and forth, right? Everyone's on watch right now. But you know what? We got the Young Kings tonight, to salute as well for their efforts playing solid D, and it's just made yesterday's price different to today's price. With some of these pieces now, we can wheel and deal. And this is a salute to the front office from this regard. This is what slow building helps with. You accumulate young talent. You could be more at leverage when negotiations hit. We got dudes like Cam, Sims, Grimes, McBride, all these guys we can go back and forth about. K. Thomas in the house, salute. Obi fit with the 3-guard lineup. Yep, he does. Yep, up and down. Yep, absolutely right. It's going to be insane to see how this thing plays out. And Joey says, if Grimes needs to be included, then so be it. Yep, and that's what I hit on too, going back to our young core. It wouldn't be gutted. I'm confident this roster won't be gutted at the end of the day, because we still have a young center situation with Mitch, Hartenstein, and Sims. We have relatively young power forwards. We're a bit thin at the wing spot, but we got plenty of young guards as well to continue to build this thing. Just going back to the grades, I like what I saw from John Montero. If it's a situation where he's on a 2-way and he has to play in Westchester to get some reps, then I'm cool with that. And Eric, I'm holding on to Grimes and Obe no matter what. Everyone else on the bench is expendable. Yep. That's the two I picked out of. If I had to keep 2 guys out of Grimes, Obi, IQ, and Cam, I definitely keep Grimes and Obi out of that situation. Yep. Shooting and power forward play, getting up and down. Spider got that game we've been craving for forever. Yep. Right back. May 4th, clutch Gene, or guy that can close out games. Just give him the rock. He'll take over. Except pick and roll with Julius, pick and roll with Mitch, or Jericho Sims, dudes that can set good screens. Rudy Gobert set amazing screens for Donovan, to get him free. And we're gonna need our big men to set good picks. I feel like to get Spider open. Well, and you know what? Jalen Brunson ain't the worst guy off ball, as we saw. He he can play off ball with Luka. He can catch and shoot. Well, I expect Brunson's catch and shoot three percentage to improve because he's going to get way more open looks. Well, uh, he could play off ball with Julius RJ Spider handling the rock more as well for parts of the game. So that's something that Tom Thibodeau has got to figure out because that's going to be insane. Uh, Fournier rose IQ with 5 picks with Eric too. I like that deal. I wouldn't be mad at that deal at all. I don't know if the Utah takes 2 veterans though. That would be ideal for us. Yep. Todd, salute in the house. That's good. How you feeling about the situation? Donovan Mitchell, imminent, impending. We just got to be patient, wait for Danny Ainge to come to his senses and realize that our package is still the best package out there, right? Let's see how many of the young players we can keep out of the deal. Um, I just like some of these young players so much. I'm more open to giving away more picks. Uh, I'd go as high as 5 picks. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, to keep hold of some of these young players, I'd be willing to go as high as 5 picks because we're still a pretty young team. By the time we try to compete in this window, we have many, many years to come, and we wouldn't be giving away all our picks as well. So I think we're in a good position no matter what. Hey, Thomas, 4 guys that need the ball in the hands don't work, never have. Randall will not take kindly to being the fourth option. That's the issue that may arise, no lies. But you know what? If Julius isn't happy, we can move him, and he's going to be a real tradable deal, maybe for the 2 future picks. Maybe we get 2 picks back and we trade Randall. What are your thoughts on that? If in a year down the track it doesn't fit, um, almighty finesse, you've got to trade for Mitchell and then trade for whoever star that is going to be available. Yep, making moves. Yep, Leon is going to remain active around the league, fam. And you know what? We got so many connections around the league. We're going to be even more attractive destination than this thing. Jughead, Randall, and RJ defense is questionable also. You look, defense would take a step back, absolutely. I feel like, but offensively, we could finish games out. No lies. Could you imagine D Rose and quickly backing up Brunson and Spider? It'd be 48 minutes of proper guard play, like 2022 type guard play, not old school guard play as well. But yeah, look, Utah, they've come to the end of the road for the Utah Jazz, right? They're doing the sensible thing. They got a haul for Rudy Gobert. They're about to get a good package for Donovan. They're going to set themselves up to be nice. This thing is going to be a win-win for us, for everybody, right? I mean, think about it. When does a 25-year-old star become available? Not very often. Not many 25-year-old stars change teams. I can't remember the last time a star that young. I mean, normally a star becomes available maybe by 28, 29, 30 kind of thing. They've maxed out their window. It's going to be somewhat of a dream, come true when Donovan Mitchell becomes a Knick, because again, he's going to be young. He's going to be, the salary's going up as well. We're not going to be, in crazily cap situation. We may have the exception as well to add more talent as well. It's just going to be super nice up in the air, right? MSG prices and tickets are going to go through the roof, though. That's the downside. But MSG is going to be buzzing. Thomas's IQ K Thomas IQ will be blocked by Spider and Brunson because Spider can run the point as well. Yeah, I think IQ will continue to rock off the bench if he's here. But yeah, he might find a more bigger role with Utah than staying. That's no lies. That's no lies with that situation. Either way, he's going to be blocked more, and Obi's going to be blocked more if Randall is still here as well. So yeah, there's going to be heaps more to chop up, plenty more to chop up with this thing. And also, yeah, we got the situation with lefties as well. With lefties, obviously Brunson, RJ, and Randall are all lefties. How is that going to impact the offense? I've been saying we need to play unselfish. Just share the rock. Let the guys finish the game out. Whoever's got it hot, whoever's hot. And if Randall wants to pout, then he's no New York Knick, right? It's simple as that. Simple as that, right? We're on a different timeline now. We're ready to contend. If he's disgruntled, then that tells me he's not all about winning at the end of the day, right? We pull off this big move. It's about winning now. It ain't about trying to be all-stars, trying to get your stats up, right? We pull off this big swing. It's about trying to win. Now that's no lies. Yarich salute. W should be selling out the kitchen sink just for a star that will get us to the first round. Instead, make a deal for a superstar that will bring us closer to the promised land. Yet, so we shouldn't be selling out the kitchen sink. Yeah, I don't think we will end up throwing up the kitchen sink. But yeah, I can understand what Knicks fans might be worried about, what the team looks like after this deal. It's just that wait and see, fam, as well. But I feel like we'd be all right with depth. We wouldn't rely on Donovan, winning us every single game. Like what he had to do in Utah. We may not need that superstar level guy. It's about upgrades. Like Almighty Finesse says, Spider is an upgrade over Fournier. Yep. And nothing's a finished product. You've got to continue to build your team, become better in the East first. Maybe we have to finish in the top 5 for a few seasons before we take that next leap as well. If RJ Barrett breaks out, Jalen Brunson continues to grow and ascend, right? It'd be special up in here. The RJ contract year, right? He's hungry. And yet, look, the biggest thing would be the log jam, guys, stepping up, seeing what's available with this thing. And then I think we're at a point where we can really start to evaluate. We can pick and choose with what's available, and we can really be in this situation where we can be picky, right? We're about to be Summer League champs, fam, Summer League kings up in here, right? Put some respect on the New York Knicks young core now as well. They're doing work out here as well. And I'm going to be glued, and it's going to be a nice salute when we win this game. I'm confident. What are your thoughts? Your RJ was getting his ish punched like 5 times in a game more than once a season. Yeah, he's still growing. He's still learning. The thing is, he was set up to fail on the defensive end as well without any better wings. Evan Fournier is the other wing. That's not an ideal situation. And Jarvis, salute, be well, fam. Yep. Handle your business. Appreciate you. Love, peace, salute. Let's chop it up again. And Almighty Finesse, CT, will Mitchell re-sign with us after this current contract is up as well? He's got, 3 more years. You know what? That gives us an opportunity to see where it's headed after 2. 2 years, see if we're really making that leap, fam. Then we could trade him. That's the pleasure of having Brunson as well. Brunson and RJ and Randall on young ages as well. This is nothing like the Melo situation, like people may have compared it to. See, we gutted the whole roster to get Melo, and he was left to play with Stat, an old Chauncey Billups, and then we had to remake the roster all over again. Now, this is a situation where we've got young Brunson, young Spider, young RJ, young Mitch, young Randall, and young backups as well. So, yeah, this is the best position the Knicks have been in 2 decades, for my opinion. It's not perfect. We're certainly not going to, stroll into a chip. There's still got to be building. There's still got to be things to figure out. We need to get a, defensive wing help with that. We need to see if Mitch can really grow into being a powerhouse center in this league. Can he grow a little, stretch the floor mid range? That's going to be key. But man, him on the offensive and defensive glass is just going to be nice, with Hartenstein backing him up as well. We essentially may have ourselves a starting caliber center backing up, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Hartenstein looks like, fam, in terms of stretching the floor now. Talk about Donovan and Brunson living in the paint together with a kick out shooter, a stretch 5 like Hartenstein as well. That's going to be real nice to see. Salute Lynn. Mitchell will make the Knicks more attractive to other stars. Guys who wouldn't sign for a minimum will come. Yep, because of Spider. You go out and get the piece to be able to get another. Absolutely on point. We become 10 times more attractive. Absolutely. For veterans, for future stars, all of that, right? I mean, you watch, people have been waiting to come to the New York Knicks and play at MSG. Man, I wouldn't put it past LeBron James to want to play his final year with the New York Knicks, And I got no feelings towards LeBron. I'm just using his name out there. I'm just saying that, yeah, dudes that wouldn't have entertained the Knicks would seriously entertain the Knicks. To go to the Knicks now and be that final cherry on top, to say that I helped bring a chip back to New York, with Brunson, with Spider, RJ, and the like. That's a great point. Absolutely. Deuce has been very solid and efficient in summer league. I'd give him a B plus or an A, says Chris. Yep. Appreciate that. Yeah. I haven't seen all the minutes Deuce has played as well, so I could definitely upgrade that to a B plus. Yep, I would agree. I'm just giving him a more modest grade at the moment. If they win the chip, everyone else gets a bump up. Everybody gets that bump as well. It's like 2K up in this thing, right? You win, and your rating continues to go up. Yep. With that said, it could be definitely an A plus MVP performance standout for Quentin Grimes. Was just a great overall pick with 25, flashing his game that we want to see during the season. He could shoot the 3, he can put the ball on the floor, flashes some ISO moves. I love his unselfishness. Quentin Grimes can see the open man and he makes the right play. That behind the back pass to Sims, that was filthy, right? That was one of the plays of Summer League, fam. Like we had a wing making plays like they're a point guard with that thing, right? Danny Ainge was sitting there watching, right? Because they've got to be watching the New York Knicks Summer League Knicks, right? They have to. They're in negotiations with them every day. Danny Ainge would have been sitting there like, yep, get Leon on line 2 right now. Yep. Leon, yep, I'm watching the game. Yep, I need Quentin Grimes in the deal right now, and hang up. Yeah, no, being serious out here. Look, yeah, we're gonna have to farewell some young Knicks. So tell me who you're more okay with parting, and who are your non-touchables, untouchables out here, right? We've got to keep it realistic because we've got to part with some young beloved Knicks, right? But if we had a chance to keep one or two, who who are the dudes? And I'm going to leave RJ out of this because most likely he's out of this deal. Outside of RJ, who are the other young players, one or two of them that you would just love to not have in this deal as well, if you so had to choose? Um, David says no, the '90s Knicks still better. Yep, 2 finals appearances. Yep, I would agree. Would agree with that. Yep, going back till then would be the last time we were this good, I feel like. And yeah, Rich, uh, we all love our young core, but it looks like Danny Ainge is out to get them in exchange. Yep. Yep. Absolutely facts, right? They're making that name for themselves, and and either way, they're going to get burned with Utah or with us. A lot of them. King Chaos says we need to develop our own stars. Who cares about attracting stars that don't want to be here? Really, just want a chip. I want a dynasty built, not a band-aid. Well, yep. That's the way I would love the Knicks to be built too. Absolutely. Like and I'm showing my age because I am an '80s kid, but yeah, the San Antonio Spurs. We talked about the '90s Knicks. I have maximum respect for the Tony Parker, Ginobili's, Duncans, San Antonio. That's the true dynasty that King's talking about. Because again, they drafted those kids. Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, all them. Right? They drafted them, saw them become superstars, saw them link up and win multiple rings. With that, that's my ideal dream for this team. And maybe we could have that if we keep some of these young kids as well. It'd be hard to know. Um, yeah, in this thing, it's a business as well. When Donovan becomes available, it might be a what if we miss out as well. The knives could be out as well. It's a damned if we do, damned if we don't kind of situation. We just have great young assets and talent now that we can put together a great deal. I think that makes sense for us. It makes sense for the other team, hopefully, and we can get this thing going. We could start to see some more winning this year. And Geraldine says, I have a feeling all of this talk about getting Spider, if we don't get him, say goodbye to Leon and Co. and Tibbs. Dolan will step in and clean house. Yep. And that's the underrated element, like Geraldine says. I was thinking this too. This is their legacy on the line. If they don't get this done, then people are gonna start saying, okay, well, what were they brought in for? And like what were these guys brought in for us? If they can't even get this deal done, yeah, they are operating with a bit of pressure. No one has been waiting to come to the Knicks other than the New Yorkers or people from Jersey. Yep. That's why this could also be really important to King in terms of just getting us on the right track first, get us winning first. Um, like Lynn says, you get the star in and you win a few games, and then the rest might want to come as well. Um, there's no perfect way to win the chip too. Sometimes you just got to take that option that's in front of you and try to go for it. There's 30 teams in the NBA. It's tough out here. I've been saying this forever. It's the hardest league in professional sports to win, I feel, because you got 5 players on the court. You got generational guys like Giannis, LeBron, and that Curry that can swing the favor in their team so much as well. So it's tough. It's a talent league. You need talent. And Dolan might end up pushing the button like that Melo trade. Nah, I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna sit back and let those guys do their thing. Yeah. Now let's get to everyone's thoughts on who would they want to keep. Okay, I'm okay with Toppin and Cam and maybe IQ. Okay, yep. So Grimes is really shooting up people's boards now. That's dirty. Salute. Um, May 4th says Obi and Grimes. Yep. Okay. Obi and Grimes are your untouchables, I'm assuming. Yep. I agree with that. Um, I love IQ, but yeah, if I can keep Grimes, I mean, what Grimes has shown us, I mean, you got to keep him if you can. Jason says Obi and Grimes are his untouchables as well. Yep, got to agree. I don't care, but to give up a player like Grimes makes no sense. I'll give up IQ, Obi, and Deuce, says Geraldine. Okay, so Grimes really cooking right now. Grimes is shooting up people's boards up in this thing. Uh, I wouldn't put him ahead of IQ and Obi immediately. Right now, I'm saying yeah, more for the future in terms of yeah what he projects to be. Darji, I need to keep Cam and Obi. Obi's in there, but Cam is there. Darji sees a big future and potential for Cam. The Knicks keep Obi and IQ, get rid of Grimes, McBride, and Cam. Okay? So yeah, you're going to keep the Obi and IQ connection going, right? The brotherhood going, right? You're in the gyms right now, putting in work. The thing is, there's something special about two guys drafted together as well on the same team. Um, yeah. And those two perfect guard forward combination, like a tandem, in terms of getting rid of Grimes, McBride, and Cam, that should be enough to get a deal done. I wouldn't want to part with anything more. With Grimes, McBride, Cam, and it's going to have to keep IQ for the chemistry with Spider. And I hate IQ, but they do mesh. Yep, that's absolutely on point. Yep, yep. The thing is, yeah, it's about more than just talent. It's about chemistry. You're building a team. You know who fits, who doesn't. This thing's tough right here. Keep it coming. Uh, Paul says Obi and Grimes. Got to keep those two. Brunson, Donovan, RJ, Randall, Mitch is a dynasty. Start of a build young and rugged as well. Yeah, look, yeah, that's the thing that's got me high, fam, is the age, the age of these young players. Well, we got a bigger window, and then rest assured that third star or RJ becomes that next star as well. We have flexibility. Geraldine, the Jazz don't want Cam. They don't want to have to pay a dude. They want picks and they want the young players. Yep, on their rookie deals. Yep, I agree. Yep, it looks like if you follow what's been reported and things like that, yeah, I think some of this outlandish uh, um, offers were outdated. I feel like this was early in the negotiating. Leon should have shut this down. If the Jazz asked for 6 first, Grimes, quickly Obi and McBride as well, I'd have shut that down instantly. Um, look, if they want 6 first, I'd probably do that. But I say take Grimes out the deal, right? You can have quickly Obi, McBride, and 6 first, but I'm keeping Grimes out the deal because if you have RJ, Brunson, and Mitch, you're going to need another quality wing to help defend, right? And Rich says from our young core, the the Knicks need to keep Obi Grimes. Yep, yep. From the young core, yeah, I like those two as a combo as well. Hunt ain't faking no Jacks. Hunt want a spot and don't care who it is. Yep, yeah, he is right. He's coming. He's Hunt. He's coming. And Judge Kenny, salute. Give all the young kids future a grade like summer league. They future, okay. Give all the young kids future a grade like summer league. They future. Yep. Quentin Grimes would have to stay an A for me in terms of his future. Jericho, I think probably a B plus for me. Jericho B plus. Deuce McBride, B+. Hunt would stay at a B. RJ Barrett, an A. And Quickly and Obi, a B+. Quickly and Obi, a B+. And the Knicks, the Jazz will get rid of Cam at the end of the season. Yep. Darji says that dynasty was centered around Tim Duncan. What player do you think we could center a championship around, let alone a dynasty, realistically? Yeah, that's tough too. That's why you got to draft realistically for a dynasty. It's most likely a player you drafted. Like, look at Golden State, right? Steph Curry, Steph Curry, they don't draft him. There's no dynasty, basically. They still have Monte Ellis. CT, we definitely sense a change in the aura of the franchise.
Let's go Knicks. Got to start winning, especially at home. Keep the streets right. Keep them buzzing. Keep us all informed. You're the best. Let's go Knicks.
Yep, absolutely. You heard it from Wally. Let's get it. Leon will close the deal. Mike T up in the house. Yep, he will close the deal, right? He's just being patient. And I think he's just going to get it right. They're figuring out, they're going back and forth. And man, tonight, rest assured, Danny Ainge and the Utah Jazz, they're going to be glued to this Summer League championship game. And you know what's even crazy? Would Deuce or Quentin Grimes be pulled from the game? That would tell us something, right? NBA Twitter would explode. If Quentin Grimes and Deuce McBride were held out of a championship game, then you know something's up, right? You know it's about to hit the wall with that. Peace, Illmatics. Peace. Yeah, 2 Mitches. Wing D matters. Absolutely right. It's a wings league. We talked about Boston's wings with Tatum and Brown. What are we going to do to counter them? I sure as hell like what I've seen from Ferren Hunt. If he's nothing but just a defensive stopper, then I'll be cool with that. He don't got to shoot too much with that. We just need athletic wings that can get out on the break. We saw Ferren Hunt's athleticism, man. King says they are drafting good and developing well. Look at the growth of IQ, Deuce, Toppin, RJ, even turned Julius into an all-star and drafted studs in McBride and Grimes. We might make the playoffs now. Yep. Yeah, with that depth. The only downside to that is there's unfortunately got to be a downside, and that's the glut, fam. Yep, the glut with that situation, I feel. In terms of finding everybody minutes, how do we find everybody's minutes? Yep. IQ has some serious dry spells. I could sacrifice him. Yep, I could understand that. And Geraldine says, CT, do you know how long Hunt has been in the G League and how old he is? He's been in the G League for 2 years. He was a part of the Ferren Hunt was in the 2021 draft, or 2020 draft, possibly. And he's 23, Geraldine. He just turned 23 as well, so that's young. I like Deuce. I like Grimes, Deuce, and Cam, though, says Shah. Yep, on point. Lynn says, only untouchable in my mind is RJ. Utah can have a combo of any 2 of the young guns. You have to give to get. Yep, that's keeping it a buck too. Yep, it's got to start with RJ for me. I agree. And in terms of I like that combo, just give them a choice. Say, hey, who are the 2 guys you like the most, and then the rest we can get it done. Yep, up in here, absolutely salute to the whole chat out here. Grimes can stay. IQ and Obi can both go. Yep. Let's go. Let's get it. F a trade that gets was it F a trade that gets them rings first. I want them rings at any cost. Yeah, it feels good, right, to be in a championship game finally. Then we're really in a situation where we're doing stuff, you know. And on that note, got to get ready to wind this thing up. Got to head out, but this game's going to be upon us before we know it. It's going to really have the streets buzzing. Salute to the whole chat out here for this show. It's been amazing chopping this up again, and I will be back in the blink of an eye in a New York minute. Shout everyone out on the outro, but salute. We're in a good position. Let's continue. Let's be patient. Let Leon do his thing. Don't let the media push an agenda or bully us or anything like that. With that situation, Leon's gonna walk away if the deal's too much. He will. Spider Mitchell will be a Nick. It's just a matter of time. Let's just focus on things on the court tonight. Finally, we win this game. Keep up the faith. Yep, absolutely. Mike T on point. And like Lex says, yep. Smash the like button. Comment section down below. Continue the convo with this thing. Like I said, everyone on these Summer League grades is going to get bumped up with the ring. The ring brings the bling. And everyone's going to get that hype train up. Danny Ainge, Utah's going to be watching, like with all of us. And things are going to be absolutely buzzing up in here, right? Excitement's back with MSG and the New York Knicks. No more LOL Knicks. Here we go. New York, we here. Let's get it.
Can't be serious. I mean, really though? You mean to tell me that them Voltrons went out like that? Hey, yo, Nims, let me hold this for a minute. Bong bing, close the train doors. The broom swept, can't believe they got old Ford. Kyrie, you a problem child. Well, Ho said, shit, let me move my bowels. Bong bing, this must be a dream. I thought I saw Spike with the other team. Bong bing, what we talking about? No matter who's on your team, you in the Knicks house. That playing game don't mean you won inside the playoffs. Don't even talk to the media, take that jersey off. The 4 games I'm tuned in, you had the city watching. Don't even watch Philly play, just watch James Harden. That swing pick, never mind, I let my man take him. And now Katie having nightmares of Jason Tatum. That famous line by Loaded Lux that you gon' get this work. Don't talk to me about Ben, he said his back hurt. Like Kyrie, like Steve Nash, you can take the blame. Come next year, I'm going back to playing half them games. The truth be told, we don't care about your Barclays. When it comes to the city, this here's RJ's. My young Gems right now, yeah, they on some shit. From Obi Toppin, I man your ass real quick. A line flip, no, I feel bad for Blake Griff. That's the loss you gotta take to win a championship. Now you back like the New Jersey Nets. What you thought your Final Four was cutting down the nets? Bum bing, close the train doors. The broom swept, can't believe they got old Ford. Kyrie, you a problem child. Well, Ho said, shit, let me move my bowels. Bum bing, this must be a dream. I thought I saw Spike with the other team. Bum bing, what we talking about? No matter who's on your team, you in the Knicks house. When it comes to the city.